And I didn't mean to strongman you, Jay. I mean, that's just my perception.
Admittedly, I distracted from you. I was trying to find a Bible verse, and maybe I should have paid attention to you and just asked you when you were done.
I'm done. Sorry. I know I'm so long-winded.
Hey, the sermon and the idea of replacing the fear and finding something good, that is how I successfully overcame my habits of drinking and many others. But at the time, I didn't know what I was doing, right? I didn't know that was the way. I just kind of stumbled into a lot of things. And this idea of...
Can you guys hear that?
I heard you say something about guilt and shame, and that's what got my mind drifting. There's a part in the sermon today that the pastor went over, apparently, and I believe it was when Jesus met the disciples after resurrection, and he's on the shore and he's prepared. He's got the fire going, and he tells them, "Come for the fish and bread," right? Come for breakfast, basically. There was some lines in there that they were talking about, like where Peter denied Jesus on the night of the crucifixion. He ended up denying his master 3 times. Can you imagine the guilt, the shame of doing that? I mean, I can imagine that guilt, and oh my God. And then, as I understand, when he comes back, that's where he asks, do you love me? He asks him 3 times. And that 3 times, I think there is something magical to that, to the consciousness of humans, the multiples of 3s. There's something divine to that. From that video regarding fear and what I learned for myself, truly invite yourself to experience the loss. Right? So you can detach from any bind, anything that you're holding on to, whether it's a good memory, a good feeling, or a bad one. Allow yourself to experience the loss of it so that you can appreciate the good and the bad. For while it's there, it's there. While it's gone, right?
Yeah, it's interesting. Like with my son, my oldest son, I have 3 kids. He's like, "How is your faith so strong?" Because mine wobbles, and he's 21, right? And it's the exact story of our past and our mistakes, right? When you're young, you haven't recovered, and you haven't seen how that has guided you in the future. Jim has kind of said, like, "Hey, I'm older now." You guys were talking about this earlier in the conversation with age and wisdom. And I mean, I don't necessarily know if it just is wisdom, but actually just being able to see over time that sometimes the worst thing that ever happened to you, 20 years later, you look back at it and you go, that was the best thing that could have ever happened. But at the time you didn't understand. And so we always get in this flux with God where we're like, why are you doing this to me right now? But in the future, and it could be a day in the future, it could be a week in the future, and it could be 10 years in the future. When you finally go, if that didn't happen, I wouldn't be where I want to be now, right? Like, it was a blessing that the worst thing that hit my heart ever ended up being the greatest thing in my life later.
I agree with that. It's like a guy going down the road to work, right? He gets a flat tire, and he's pissed off. He's got to get out. He's going to be late for work. He's going to dirty his hands, change his tire. When if he would have went down the road a ways, he might have gotten in an accident, got killed. Things happen for a reason.
That's what I've learned. And there is scripture. I mean, there's advice and suggestions in the scripture about rejoice in your challenges, celebrate your tribulations, right? Took me a long time to realize that. Swinging back to something I heard you say, Vibe, too, regarding your faith, the strength of your faith versus someone who's younger. It's not just the ability to reset and to recognize that this sad thing can lead to a great thing, seeing that in different ways, but also the reality is anytime we do something for the first time, it can be scary, right? The first time you get fired, the first time you're dumped, the first time whatever, right? It's painful. But eventually you get used to that shit, right?
Yeah, blessings, Trexie. Welcome. Good to see you. Appreciate you stopping by. Hope you were doing well. Kind of a strange hour, right, for old Frank Monday. Oh, after work, tired, kind of beat up, looking like warmed over cat shit, right? That's all right. It is what it is. Yeah, I was just reviewing this morning's Chat with Jack show. Good fun, good magic. I can appreciate it. Blessings to everyone who might stop by and say hello today. I got the banner up here. Make sure you guys check out old Chats with Jack if you get a chance. Where's the advertisement at? Why am I missing it? Yeah. So the website, if you want to join the battle against war and legal secrets, livewithoutfear.com. And if you'd like to join the daily show, Chats with Jack, which is what I'm reviewing right now, he's got Vibe, Marilyn, and Jim on. It's YouTube at Jack Talcott. So definitely check it out. Good. Jack's a love guru. You know, he's teaching love and peace. It's good fun. Sound is good. I'm looking good. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm it is what it is, right? Get the microphone a little bit closer so I don't have to lean in too much. Gabe's here. Good to see you, Gabe. Hope you're doing well. Blessings and salutations. That's a couple of folks stopped by. That's a big deal. I think that you guys are pushing my top numbers here with 2 to 3 people. Kind of a big deal. Yeah, I always like to open with a little prayer. So if you know it, say it with me. I call it the Adoration of Abraxas, but it actually comes from the Arbitel of Magic. It's a very simple prayer. Holy art thou, Lord of the universe, the vast and the mighty one, creator of heaven and earth, maker of all things visible and invisible, master of both the light and the darkness, he who was, is, and always shall be. We adore thee and we invoke thee. Why don't you go ahead and send us one of your divine spiritual agents, our holy guardian angel, to protect and guide us through the innumerable snares of the earthly sphere, and a cleansing wind to disperse all negativity and endless human opinion. Teach us those secret things which we must know for the completion of the great work and the glory of thine ineffable name, Adonai. So it is commanded and confirmed. So mote it be. Amen. Yeah, both Trexie and Gabe. A couple of internet big shots here. Blessings and welcome. I hope you guys are doing well. Internet bigwigs. I remind you, please hit the like and subscribe. Do all that happy horse shit that makes YouTube's algorithms bark like Pavlov's dog. Woof, woof. Aren't we all just barking for the machine, right? The other one is, if you get an opportunity, you can check me out on www.imnotacriminal.com, right? Put a little something in the tip jar. That'll put the pep in my step, the lead in my pencil, and the jelly in my donut. And as long as I'm feeling good, you guys will be feeling good. I'll be here working it out for y'all, trying to knock one out of the park. All right, trying to hit another big winner. Doing good. Good. I'm glad you're doing good, NPC. Good to see you stopping by, man. 100-day challenge is what I'm working on right now. You guys may know a little something about it. You might not. The 100-day challenge is just basically 100 days of consecutive, consistent focus on a new idea And the new idea for this 100-day challenge, at least for me, I begin it at the spring equinox and then finish at the summer solstice. So it's approximately 100 days, right? Try to go for 100 days. And each time I've done one, I've done them a little bit different. You can check the playlists here on the Frank Monday channel if you're interested. I did one called Hypnoapotheosis, which was about self-hypnosis towards becoming more enlightened, right? I did that with a hypnotherapist, a professional hypnotherapist. Get my guru chains ready, right? Straight looking like Jack Talcott. I'm going to need to get myself a hoodie, all right? A hoodie that says live without fear, grow out the beard when I get a little older. It's funny. Like I reflect on Jack and I think sometimes, man, when I get older like that, I'm going to grow out the beard and get myself a hoodie. Then I think, wait a good goddamn minute. I'm like 2 or 3 years older than Jack. So the teeth are showing it. He's got nice teeth. I think maybe he's got a good dentist, right? I need to get myself a good dentist. People always shaming me for my crooked teeth. That's okay. It is what it is, right? You can't have everything. You can't have your cake and eat it too, as they say. Gabe can take that title, not me. I'm the only. Oh wow, that's interesting. Yeah, if either of you you good-looking, sexy people want to join me today, we might actually be able to have a little panel chat. There's the link, right? I had a good guest on here the other day. We did like a 4-hour show. It was really a lot of fun. Her name's Callie Karen. She's she reminds me a lot of Jack, to be honest with you. She's very active in the civic domain, the realm of civics. She's got a master's degree in like sociology or something. And she's a fun gal. She was homeless for a while. And she was like probably one of my first subs when I started doing live streams and stuff, or like when I started doing like regular package shows. She joined like probably 4 or 5 years ago, like during COVID. If you'd like to join the show, hit the link. Think that ought to do it, right? That sounds, oops. Why didn't it give me a, oh, there we go. Wow, that's a crazy title it's got there, right? It's like Beelzebub. 6SB. Oh, how funny. Yeah, so I'll pin that link over here on the booby tube, the UE tube, U. We're all hanging out on the YouTube. Yeah, guys, so I was just reviewing some Jack Talcott and chilling. Just got home from work about 15 minutes ago. Thought if I don't stream while I still have some energy, then I'll never do it. Thankfully, my son ate dinner at the canteen at school, so I don't have to worry about cooking right away. My daughter's out with her friends. The wife's out with her friends. So it's just me and my little man chilling, but he's doing his homework. So I don't got to worry about all that. I can just do my thing. And as soon as you say that, that's when someone shows up and you can no longer do your thing, right? That's always the way it goes. First your money, then your clothes. And you can no longer do your thing, right? All right, the feedback loop is looking good. I'll try to pin this link just in case anybody stops by and they want to say hello. All right, it's pinned. I'm figuring this stuff out piece by piece, man. See what else is there. I'm going to go ahead and run that Frank Monday intro one time. I don't know if you've ever seen it before, Trexie. I don't know if you can hang around very long or not. I don't usually have a monologue prepared. Just old Frank Monday broadcasting to you live from the central kingdom of the celestial dragon, Twilight Zone Old Peak King, far behind the bamboo firewall, doing it once again like Finnegan. So if you've got a yen to expand your kin, then let's get zen. Me and you, baby, getting zen. Yeah, here's the old Frank Monday intro. This kind of sums it up, right? Check it out one time. It's coming at you.
Okay, guys, our next comedian is a bit of a treat, to be honest. It is a bit of a treat. He's been away for 3 years. He is now back from the dead. Well, America. Give a big round of applause for Frank Monday. Did anyone order a pizza?
Thank you, Nick. Appreciate that shit. Nick's a good man. You know what that's like, being a good man. It's tough in a fucking city like this, though. You know, nobody gives a fuck. They're like, God damn, that's some crazy shit. Motherfucker wearing high heels and shit. Looking good, too, huh? Yeah, you guys like that. That's all right. It's okay to fall down occasionally. I do that sometimes. All right, being back in the G is pretty fucking nerve-wracking. You know, performing for 4 minutes straight. The only other time I get this anxious when I gotta perform for 4 minutes straight is when I gotta make love to my wife.
Onion ring. Yeah, they're all right.
Hey, be watching for the Star Wars blog Rebellion coming out in December. You'll love it. It's follow-up to the award-winning Generations. Oh yeah. There you go, Frank.
Here's my burger. All right. Yeah, that's my uncle out in Hollywood eating a burger. That was a good burger. That was at Pinky's. I don't know if you guys have ever been in LA. If you've ever been to LA, there's quite a few famous locations. Tommy Chong's, you know, the chili cheeseburger, Randy's Donuts, Pinky's Burgers. There's lots of iconic places to get a little bite to eat. Cheap too. It wasn't expensive. It was like $5 for a burger, another $2 for the onion rings, something like that. So like a full meal with a soda was like under $10, and that was like in 2019. So not a bad thing, really, right? For sure. Check it out if you get a chance. Definitely, if you're ever cruising through LA, definitely let me know, and I'll tell you where all the good spots to eat are. You could probably just look up like top 10 eateries in LA, and you'd be able to find all the good places. The Los Angeles Marketplace, I think that's what it's called. That's one of my favorites. They've got a bunch of like little shops. Like, I don't know, like 30 or 40 different little shops. They got the best tacos in the world there. Really good stuff. Yeah, so we're just chilling. We've been going through some different stuff. You guys know, as per usual, if anybody does care to join me for a little tarot reading, I'm always open to doing some tarot readings. I enjoy it. The tarot cards enjoy it. Yeah, it's a good thing, right? So hit the link, get a free tarot reading. If you're a tarot reader, don't be scared, right? You might know more about it than me. I've only been doing it for 40 years. That doesn't mean I'm a master, but the cards, you don't have to be. You just try to interpret it as best you can. The cards are unfailingly accurate in the hands of a seasoned practitioner. Yeah, looks like, in fact, we may have a visitor. Is that okay if I go ahead and add you right away, Trexie? Yeah, good to go. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and hit the link then. We've got a visitor, folks. Kind of a cool thing. Trexie, welcome. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Hold on just a sec. Let me get the I'll have to put in my earphones so that I don't get feedback. Go ahead though. What have you been up to? What time is it there for you? You're in Ireland, right?
Yeah, it's 23 minutes past 11 in the morning, but I'm not working till 3 p.m. So,
Oh, that's nice. Very
and
nice.
you said to me in the chat at Jack's the other day, call by sometime, and when I opened YouTube today, there you were. So I was like, I'm going to drop by and say hello.
Yeah, good magic. I appreciate you doing that. Thank you.
Did you say you're just home from work? And what time is it there?
It's 6 p.m. Yeah, I just got home about 20 minutes ago.
Okay, and you're committed to doing 100 days. Is that you're streaming every day for 100 days?
No. That I do a thing. I do a thing called the 100-day challenge. It's kind of one of the things I started the channel for, and each one I choose like a different magical category. So the very first one I did was Pathways of Magic. And so I study magic and teach it for 100 days and try to get other people to participate. And so I've done about 6 or 7 of them now, I think.
Good on you, man. You're on the case.
Yeah.
I know. Sorry, Frank, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I noticed your H.P. Lovecraft quote at the bottom of the screen when I tuned in, and it reminded me. I had never heard of H.P. Lovecraft, and my ex, this is like, probably 15 years ago, but I used to relate to him like my nightmares that I was having in the mornings, and he said, the stuff you dream is straight out of a fucking H.P. Lovecraft story, right? And I was like, who's H.P. Lovecraft? He's like, okay. So he bought me all these books, and my nightmare escape was so similar to the stories he'd read from H.P. Lovecraft that he got me to read some of his stuff. So that's kind of terrifying, but also cool.
Yeah, I mean, he was right about a lot of things, and a lot of people copied him later. I didn't even know he was popular again. I read him when I was in high school, and I really liked him a lot. And I read him like 18, 19, 20 years old. And then I didn't read him again until I was like early 30s. And right after I started reading him again, I noticed that like there were tons of games being made, video games and movies. And they even did like a Lovecraft Country.
Isn't like the Cthulhu thing is like featured across a lot of modern media or whatever. But yeah, I'd never heard of him, but the spooky dreams were similar.
Yeah. I always thought there was a lot of magic hidden in what he was talking about. Like his dreaming practice has a name in occult sciences. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it.
No.
It's called the sleep of Shyamalan. And
no.
Rudolf Steiner. I was actually the Hermetic Brotherhood of Luxor. A gentleman named Pascal Beverly Randolph. He made a book called Sex Magic, and he brought forward the bulk of the teaching on dream magic and like what's going on when we're dreaming. So you definitely want to check him out if you're interested at all. And like
that sounds interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of old school. It's like over 100 years ago. I think he wrote his book around 1900 or something. So right at the same time as Lovecraft. But Lovecraft encoded in his short stories tons of occult knowledge. And so it's interesting to discover and go through it.
Yeah, that's your area, yeah?
Yeah, that's kind of my area of expertise. So when I was about 13 years old, I fell in love with magic, and I got my first tarot deck from like my aunt, my mother's older sister, and she started teaching me to read cards like 11, 12 years old. And I also was initiated by a hypnotherapist who was a direct student of Israel Regardie. You probably don't know Regardie, but yeah, he was in Long Beach, and I grew up in LA, Long Beach area. And yeah, so I just kind of fell into it. My dad was naval intelligence, so kind of like a Jack Parsons guy, you know. And one of my uncles, my mother's younger brother actually worked with Parsons at one point at JPL, Jet Propulsion's laboratory. So I was kind of grew up in like an occult mystic family that was also military. Yeah, so
I remember
Kind of-
taking a little bit of interest in like the occult and that when I was younger, but like I'm in Holy Catholic Ireland. I think I uttered the name Aleister Crowley in the house once, and there was like, "You're what? You're reading that?" There was uproar, yeah, because it was just, yeah, very frowned upon that even to
Yeah,
have an interest.
his common moniker in parlance is Aleister Crowley, right? But Regardi confirmed that the way he would actually say it was Aleister Crowley.
Aleister Crowley, okay.
Right. But ordinary people say Aleister Crowley.
Yeah.
I think it's in part due
I
to
am not
Ozzy
an
Osbourne.
ordinary person, Frank. How dare you?
No, I know you're not. But I think it's according to
I've never been called an ordinary person in my life.
Ozzy Osbourne wrote the wonderful song, right? Mr. Crowley. And,
Yeah. Yeah, it was just something you weren't really supposed to talk about, you know.
yeah, have you endeavored to learn magic at all? Do you have any pagan practices, or are you a Christian, or how do you identify these days?
Oh, God, that's it. I don't really identify. I grew up, like I say, I went to a Catholic school, and we were made to go to mass, and we were made to, like, we did our Holy Communion, confirmation, all of that. I wanted nothing to do with it. I didn't like it. I didn't like the church, and it was the 90s, you know, as well. So there was an awful lot of the abuse being exposed within the church and what was going on there. I wanted out and away from it, you know.
Yeah, that's crazy stuff. Like, I never really heard about that stuff till I was much older. But yeah, they have the satanic ritual abuse and like MK Ultra and all of that. And when I reflected on
even just like I don't want to give too much away about myself, but like there would have been, where I grew up, there was a lot of, so they would move Catholic priests from one diocese to another if they found there was something happening. So you'd move a priest into a different area where he would continue to abuse children there. And I don't know, do you remember Sinead O'Connor? She died a couple of years ago now. The Irish singer.
We called her Skinhead O'Connor. Yeah, go ahead, Sinead O'Connor.
So I remember, like, Sinead was just a total pariah because she was speaking out against the church. Like, and she went on, what was it, Saturday Night Live or some huge American show when she was very young, and she had made it big with that Prince song, Nothing Compares to You, I think. Anyway, she tore up a picture of the Pope on American television live. I can't remember what she said, but it was, I really should know, but of course she was blacklisted. She was the worst kind of bitch here in America. And she didn't care that she had completely fucked up her chances of being, you know, the sweetheart of the music scene, because she wanted to expose what was going on. And now, looking back, people, of course, are like, Jesus, she was saying it out loud before anyone else. And, you know, she spoke truth to power when it was not only was it of no benefit to her, but it absolutely annihilated her, you know, in a lot of places. But what she was referring to was the massive cover-up that was going on in Ireland. And it became exposed over the years to the point now that it's accepted and it's known. And, you know,
Did she survive all that, or did they fucking offer her? Like, did she get some bad drugs or something?
Sinead, like, had severe mental health problems. Like, she would have had, I think her diagnosis would have been bipolar type 1, and possibly, I don't know, I don't want to speak on anything else, but like, you could tell by her, she used to go live on Facebook and stuff, and she was clearly going through a lot. But yeah, she struggled a lot, and she
died tragically, right?
She died. Everyone assumed at the time that she had taken her life. Apparently, that wasn't the case. But yeah, anyway. It was very tragic.
If she was talking shit like that, they probably 86'd her. You know, they had a lot of ways. The Hollywood, the star whackers, we call them in America.
I know.
Have you heard of that before?
I've heard of it, and I think what happened to her more so was just like she didn't get to be like she probably would have become a hell of a lot more famous and loved than she was had she not did what she did. I think Chris Christopherson was one of the only people who like stood by her and like publicly spoke out for her. It was a whole thing, but yeah, the church was up to a lot of dark shit here, and
Johnny Rotten of the Sex Pistols, he also publicly on the BBC said something about their shenanigans, and he got in trouble too.
Yeah, he's a strange man, but he did, and he spoke out about Jimmy Savile, the guy that was
right.
Oh, so dark, and it was he did. He spoke up, and anyway, yeah. So you asked me about my religion, but yeah, what I mean to say is the Catholic Church. Just from early in my life, I wanted to distance myself from it because of the abuse of power that was going on in it, and up until last year I would have been atheist for years, then kind of open to possibilities, and then I just had an extreme it's funny, I talked to Jack about this. I still can't say it without cringing because it's so removed from my life before, but it was an awakening, and it was very visceral and quick, and I just suddenly got slapped into, oh shit, there's a divine nature to everything, and there's no denying it, and that's where I am now. So, but I haven't labeled it or anything. It's just that's what it is.
Okay,
yeah.
No, that's good. I mean, I was raised in the Lutheran church, and my family's kind of partially Jewish, and my father had a younger brother who was Orthodox Jew, so I had a little bit of influence from Judaism.
Yeah.
And I broke away from all that too because I became disillusioned. There were a lot of perverts in the Lutheran school as well. It was a private school that I went to, all boys until high school. And then we actually had a Catholic nunnery, like a Catholic girls' school, right across the street from us. So during like break time, when we were out in the yard, like kicking the ball or whatever, we could see the girls in their plaid skirts, and like it just drove us fucking mad all the time. Especially when we started going into puberty, Yeah, and I was the type, I broke out occasionally, sneak over the fence, go over to the girls' fence, and be like, "Hey, ladies, what's happening?" Give me a little kiss over here.
The schools I went to were mixed, but you could really see that in the schools where it was, boys and girls. I mean, of course they're going to go fucking deranged as soon as they get a little bit of freedom. Like it just.
Yeah, it was good. I think they did it on purpose. I think they intentionally did that. Like they wanted us getting riled up, during recess.
Probably,
so that was funny. Yeah, and it was close enough. It was like a small 2-lane street, so we could like yell across the way to them. Be like, "Hey, ladies, kick!"
trying to lead each other astray.
Oh, yeah, it was good fun.
Good.
But then in junior high, my brother, I had an elder brother, one little over a year older than me, and he was kind of real sporty, and he demanded our father put us in public school during middle school so that he could attend more professional sports programs. He wanted to be a baller. He wanted to do football and baseball and stuff like that. And the private schools don't have any real sports teams. So in my 7th grade year, I went to my first public school ever. And it was the first time I saw like that many like non-whites, and like just, it was like being in a prison yard. And I lasted about half a semester and I dropped out. I begged my parents to put me back in private school because I was getting my ass kicked every day. And, that's kind of when I found out that I was white, they're like, "Get whitey,"
culture shock. Yeah.
Yeah. Cause we were like maybe 20% white at that school. So I went from a school that was all white to like barely white. And, I even had a buddy, like so many people got in gang fights and stabbed and shot. It was just basically a minimum security prison yard. And there were guys in the PE class that were all 6 foot, 200 pounds. I went in the shower. I had to go in the shower after PE, and you have to take a naked shower. Like they demand it. And I went in there and I looked like a 12-year-old. I was basically 13 at the time, and they all looked like grown men, and it was all black. I was the only white kid in there, and that was it. I was done at that point. I'm like, nah, ain't never going back in there.
Where did you grow up, Frank? You grew up in America.
Los Angeles. I don't know if you know much about it, but I
I've
grew
never
up.
been, but yeah.
Okay, I grew up right on the border of Compton and Long Beach. So
Okay.
Compton above me, and I was at the top of North Long Beach. It's a naval area. Naval.
Yeah.
My dad, like I said, my dad was ex-Navy.
Yeah. And you're in China a long time now?
Yeah, I've been here 25, going on 26 years now.
Cool. Yeah.
Oh, long time. And you've been in Ireland your whole life? And you're quite young too, right? What are you, like mid-20s?
Oh, give it a rest. I'm 47 as of last week.
4? Are you or 3?
47.
Oh, I was gonna say
Yeah.
37. I could barely believe, but 4? Wow.
Oh,
You're almost me and Jack's age. No, you look young.
Yeah.
You're very pretty. Very pretty.
I'm an elderly woman, man.
No, not at all. Not at all.
I
You're
do sometimes get that I look younger. I don't drink or anything. I used to a lot. I used to
That's
drink
good,
and
yeah,
smoke. I'm a living saint nowadays. So that's
yeah, you
helpful.
are. You've achieved sainthood, right? The only thing you still do is cuss.
Yeah.
Everything
like
else you've
true.
given up.
I have a mouth like a sewer. It's shocking. But it's not shocking here, you see. And then, I sometimes forget, like with cultural differences, like there's certainly the English they're bad for it in certain areas, but like middle class English people are horrified by like the swearing, and I know certain Americans are really like shocked by especially the C word, and it's I kind of forget that it's seen as so offensive.
I was raised by a sailor, and we always said you swear like a sailor or you talk like a sailor.
A sailor or a docker. Yeah.
I don't know. Did you ever see the 1940s movie The Ghost and Mrs. Muir?
I have not seen The Ghost and Mrs. Muir.
No. Okay. If you get a chance, watch it. That's my mother and father, pretty much. Like my dad was just like the ship captain. He was a ghost. And then the woman, much younger, and very, very much like my mother. My mother was raised very religious, very Puritan, wouldn't say shit if she had a mouthful. And my father was a retired Navy guy. He spent 22 years in the U.S. Navy, fought through World War II. Yeah, he went in like 3 years before World War II started. So he was raised on the ship. His battleship saw more combat than any other ship in naval history. So kind of a big deal.
He's got stories to tell then.
Oh yeah, he told me plenty of good stories. Plenty of one-liners, right? Good dad. He was already old though when I was born. He was 50 when I was born, so kind of an older pops. That's like Jack could have a kid now, right? We were talking about that this morning. Didn't somebody said that? Grace or somebody?
Taylor was yes. Taylor was asking him about it. So, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was Chowdered Crusty, the slow state.
I'm so not down with all the like. There's so much. I don't know. Because I don't generally stray from Jack's. You think, but I know that there's a lot of factions and fallout with people.
A lot of inside baseball. Baseball, yeah.
Because like Tom takes up so much of that space, or Snafu, it's like I kind of lose what else is going on, and I don't know. I always find I know Taylor has whatever going on, but just with regards to as a panel guest, he kind of always is pretty. What's the word? Like he kind of stays fairly steady, and it doesn't get heated when he's there. So it's always nice to see anyone up there that doesn't pick off and cause mayhem.
How long have you been watching Jack?
So, summertime last year, I kind of accidentally stumbled upon.
Yeah,
And
a little less than me. I remember you showing up after about 4 or 5 months. I'd already been watching, so we're
Well, it
pretty close to the same.
it was kind of funny because I wasn't really, I just happened to see a couple of streams where like I was just astounded because it was Snafu and Tommy coming up a lot at the time,
Hmm.
and they were just like it was
Just
chaos.
horrible, right? They're just
And-
fucking huge pain in the ass.
Yeah, but also I was like, as I was watching, I kind of, when you get intrigued by something, you're like, this is simultaneously awful, and I don't know why I'm watching, but I can't look away because what's happening. And
Slow
at
motion
first-
train wreck.
yeah, and then I was thinking, like, this guy must have done something really horrific, or these guys are just nuts. So obviously,
Oh, they're fucking nuts. Yeah.
Well, I know
they're-
that now.
You know, yeah, you know that by now.
yeah, and anyway, it's a whole thing. I won't get into it too deeply.
Right. We don't need to talk shit about no one.
No, and not even that, but like it's like everything, it's complicated, I suppose. But I think,
And those are just facts too. We're just stating facts, right? We're not saying there's anything wrong with being
no,
nuts.
I
Right?
know, absolutely. In our own ways, I'm sure we are too, and that's, I'm pointing no fingers. But I ended up reaching out to Jack. Just there was a conversation that went on stream that was kind of, I was thinking, I could actually help with that. And that's just what I'm going to say sounds really like I'm such a good person, but that's my nature of like, that guy's having a hard time, it seems, with these guys. There was something I heard somebody else say. Anyway, I reached out, and like 3 weeks later, something, Jack saw the message and then ended up calling. But what happened is we just ended up becoming really good friends really quickly. And like, he's just such a decent, good guy that I was like, that persona that is all peace and love isn't like an act,
No, it's not. No, he's really striving to do the thing, right? Like he said, to me, go ahead, I'll let you finish. But to me, he's like setting goals for himself, the love and the end of war and peace and all that. Those are his highest ideals. And I think that's great.
For sure. And also that's like how he presents is how he is. And it's like he's a good, decent person, and he's kind. And like when people see him get angry, they're like, there's the real Jack. And that always kind of fascinates me. It's like, why is that it's like the gotcha moment that like Mitch is always doing? It's like, I saw you being frustrated once. That's who you really are. And it's like,
That's
Jack.
horseshit.
It's almost like
absolute
Jack's
horseshit.
human, and sometimes he gets frustrated and everything gets on top of him. But I've never seen anyone as quick to reset, and like he just, if he does, it's like he'll let that come up, and then he's back and he's present again, and he's just a really good guy, and I don't like to see anyone getting shit. And he was getting a lot of shit at the time, so that's why I ended up reaching out. But yeah, I ended up with a really good friend, and he's a good guy. And I know you see that too.
Yeah, I've spoken to him about half a dozen times backstage, and maybe a third of the time he was a little bit shitty. But I think the reason for that is the higher you go into like felicity and joy and peace, afterwards there's going to be a come down, and after receiving all of that shit that people pile on him for no reason, of course, like in his downtime, he's gonna exhaust a little of that back off. That's natural, and you have to.
Would lose it. I didn't. Yeah, it's wild. It's like when I ended up kind of digging deeper and seeing what's going on, and like what's happening with Jack, or what has been. Some of it's like criminal level stalker shit, and he doesn't. Like, he gets frustrated now and again about it, and he keeps the door open. I liked
what he said today, though, that he put out the warning. He said, "Hey guys, I've been keeping receipts, so you better fucking watch your step." I'm glad he finally warned them a little bit, because they fucking show their ass constantly.
Yeah, and and that's a rarity in itself when you
Criminal
see him do
level, right?
that. I mean, that's when what I'm saying is, if somebody was relentlessly calling me, contacting people to try and sabotage me from my real life, like, and he doesn't get hung up on it. He every so often gets frustrated and says, "Hey, don't fucking come up here and disrespect me." But like, I think that's extremely calm compared to what anyone else would be. I'd be losing my shit over that stuff. But like, but he doesn't. And then when he does get even anyway agitated about it, people are like, "Oh, he's so angry," and it's like,
How did you originally learn about his show? And for all the people out there listening that may or may not be listening now or later, we're talking about Chats with Jack. It's a great daily show. He streams for a couple of hours every day, so definitely go over there and check it out. Like and subscribe. Oh, that happy horse shit that makes YouTube bark like Pavlov's dog. And go ahead, we're talking to Trex.
Yeah.
Trex is a Talcottian like myself.
So I accidentally, this is a really strange, I don't know how I came upon, have you ever seen Jubilee?
Yeah, I have.
Jubilee.
I've been on her show a few times.
Hey, Jubilee for some reason appeared in my algorithm, and Jubilee knows the truth about this, and I'm sure she gives less than zero fucks, which I really like about her. She does not want or need you to like her.
She pulls no punches. I like that.
You know what? I really like that about her. But when I came upon her first, she was talking about this woman, Ali Priestley, who was talking about Jubilee being crazy, and
it's like her sister or something, right?
No, that's Tirza. I'm down with the Jubilee lore, but no, Ali Priestley was this woman who was like saying, you know, that Jubilee's a danger because of her delusions, and she's a danger to her child, and all of this. And I came upon it, watched it for a few minutes, and I judged Jubilee, and I thought, yeah, she sounds absolutely crazy. She's talking about saving the world. Does any of this sound familiar, by the way? You know, and I kind of thought, yeah, and I left some kind of passive-aggressive comment, pretending that I was concerned for her. I wasn't. I wanted her to know that I thought she was crazy. And that's my honest reflection on what I was doing. And she got a little bit agitated with me, but I continued watching her for a long time. And it was just like in the background, and I'm watching. And yeah, I sometimes would be like, this woman is fucking insane. What is she talking about? And yet there's a thread through all of what she says that makes a hell of a lot of sense, that the world is actually completely fucking nuts in its current state, and how we function and what's acceptable. And I kind of came to have a fondness for Jubilee, and I liked her. And then I started seeing her, she began to review her own interactions with Jack Talcott.
Okay.
The very first one, Jack loses his shit with her, and fucking it was so fascinating to watch. But over time, you can see them kind of untangle each other's ideas a bit. And anyway, I just thought it was fascinating. So I ended up watching Jack's streams sometimes, and I was straight with Jack too. I was like, "Oh, who's this crazy fucker that thinks like that he's going to save the world?" And I said, "I thought you were fucking nuts." And again, the more I listened, I was like, hang on, is it not more insane that everybody isn't fucking going, hang on, what's happening here is not okay? So yeah, it's a much more long story than that, but that's how I came upon John. And I have a lot of time and respect for Jubilee. I don't visit her as often, but and also Jubilee spotted some stuff that was going on with, it's almost like Voldemort. I don't want to say the name Margot, but she copped some stuff that was happening that was very dark and twisty, and I happened to catch in real time that woman trying to make people believe really awful things about Jubilee. So I was like, oh, that woman that's bothering Jack is a very strange person. So anyway, I just ended up going down the rabbit hole and being like, yeah, the people surrounding Jack, some of them are very, very contrived in their efforts to hurt him.
downright demonic. A lot of it.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it's not just like, oh, people kind of being a bit silly on the internet or, trolling. Some of this is very, very contrived and dark, and they're actively trying to hurt him and keep him from any kind of support in his life, which is it's evil,
No, yeah, it is. In fact, I found him through like the lowest evil means.
Okay, how was that?
Yeah, like, so I know Jubilee from his channel, so I've watched her and subbed her, and I've been on her show a few times.
Yeah.
And the only problem I have with Jubilee is she talks 600 words a minute, which is a little bit tough for me to keep up
I've
with.
said that to before. She laughed before because I was like, "What's Jubilee yapping about now?" Yeah, and she'll start talking about dates and stuff, and I know it means something to her, and I get that. But yeah, you can get very lost in the. Yeah,
And a lot of it's inside baseball, and you have to kind of keep up and like get to know what's going on in her situation in order. But she's highly intelligent and very articulate.
totally,
Where
very much so.
yeah,
Yeah.
whereas with like Jack, he's speaking 50 words a minute, right? So very easy to follow. Like I said, put it on double speed if you rewatch it. But I more appreciate a slower canter because I'm kind of a slow thinker. And but anyway, I found Jack through Queen Stephanie, the queen goddess of the Hell Realm. I'm sure you know who I'm talking about.
I've been on a stream with Stephen before. Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, Stefan.
Yeah, again.
We-
I don't want to summon him. He's deeply unwell, but he doesn't. Yeah, he is.
Yeah, those of us who know him don't call him Steven. We call him Stefan or Stepin or Stephanie. Yeah, he's a wascally wabbit, right? A wascally wabbit.
Really strange guy. Very obsessive and odd. Yeah. Because like I can see with some of the Tommy, for example. I know people find it odd, and I know Tommy doesn't believe it, but there's something about Tommy that I like, and there's a lot about Tommy that I do not ever want near me, and I will tell him both of those things when they're true. Tommy, you're being an absolute outrageous prick, or sorry, I have a call coming through, or sometimes if you see him on his own streams and he's feeding ducks and being funny, he's actually not all bad.
No, yeah, I agree with you there, but
there are some around Jack that are not, like, I don't see a darkness to I see a very confused fucking. He would hate this to talk about it, but I do see a man that's like hurt and confused in Tom, but there's something very dark and twisty about some of the other characters, including the one just mentioned, that I can't warm to because I can't find the humanity there. I can't find it. Maybe it's there, but he's hiding it very, very well.
Well, I'd say that Stephanie's almost always insidious when it comes to Jack, and I've never heard him say a good word about him. And I've watched a lot of his stuff, and anytime he reviews Jack, it's always underhanded, always bashing, and he's never said a kind word about him, not once that I've found. If you can find me one, bring me a receipt. As far as I know, I never really paid attention to Steven again. Like I said, I found Steven first for about 6 weeks. Then I figured out he was watching these other people and lampooning them, bashing them, talking shit about them. And so that's how I found Jack. So I mean, at a minimum, at least he gives Jack more exposure because he's constantly watching and commenting on his show.
Yeah. This is the thing. It's like. Snafu is the same. It's the relentless attack on Jack. If you actually follow the thread, you go, "Oh, you're the fucking weirdo in this scenario," and you end up going back. Like Jack is not the evil demon that you're portraying here, but you might be.
Indeed, yeah, it's funny. Yeah. So anyway, that's how I found him, and it was, like I said, it was about 1.5 years ago, and so we both found him through different means. That's very interesting.
Well, mine was more wholesome. I like I say, to be clear, I think Jubilee's she's a good person. I like her a lot, and I actually love that she doesn't give a shit whether you like her or not. We should all endeavor to be more like that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's good
Yeah.
magic. I tiptoe a little bit around Jack just because I learned that I didn't have him that figured out in the beginning. And a couple of times I talked shit to him. Like I said, when I first came over, I came with Quinn Steven and I was trying to mock him like Steven was because I wanted to earn like Steven's credit. You know, I'm like, yeah, I could come over here and mock him with you. And then I ended up feeling really bad about that afterwards. And so I continued going back to Jack's and I just abandoned old Queenie entirely. And I what's the word? Repented of my sins. I even made a couple of hit pieces on Jack. Not really. I just talked a little bit of shit. But that was only within the first couple of months of watching his show. After watching for about 6 months, I was sold. So it's an acquired taste.
I see
It took me
that.
some time.
I see that a little bit on the streams because I've been around for a while. I see that there are people who have like been around for a while and they'll say like, you know, well, Jack, I used to think you were X, Y, and Z, but the longer I'm here, the more I know, you know. And he is, if he's nothing, he's consistent. Like his message doesn't change. He does not waver. Like he's on a mission and he does not move from that, you know. And like he doesn't fire up streams to talk shit about people. Yes, people come in and act up, but that's never his intention or what he wants. So yeah.
No, and I don't know if you know like much about me and like the Chinese Tao. You've probably heard of the Tao.
Yeah, I've heard the Tao. Yeah.
Okay, well, from my perspective, from having watched Jack for a long time now, he is a living embodiment of the Tao. And he may be a Christian and a vegan and all of that, but he doesn't lord that over people. And that's very Taoist. Honestly, like of people who present on the internet, he presents some of the tried and true traits of Taoism more than some other people I've said. Like Paul can articulate it well. Paul Enslaved, he knows a lot about the Tao and he knows how to articulate it. He's very eloquent, but he's nowhere near the Tao. He's so fucking far from it that he can't even really see it. But he can talk about it, he can describe it, whereas Jack is a living embodiment, right? It's a very different thing.
Yes.
Very
I
different.
like Paul, but yeah, totally.
I do
different.
too. I do
yeah,
too.
But yeah. Oh, yeah. Anyway, like you say, Jack's like I would have never listened to anybody talking about Jesus Christ without rolling my eyes before I met Jack because of my Catholic upbringing and because of it being, like you said, just forced on you and you were shamed for everything and, you know.
Like Tommy does, right? I'm on my soapbox. I'm going to tell you what God thinks. It's like, who the fuck needs that? I'm a 54-year-old man. Jesus Christ. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I've called
And Jack,
Tommy on
Jack doesn't
on
do
Tommy,
that.
Tommy's Tommy says that why he comes to Jack's is because Jack could be leading people, you know, astray from the message and all. And it's like, fuck off, Tom. That like nobody. Yeah, but nobody's. If he was sincere, does he really think that anyone's going to go? Oh, hang on, I really need to listen to this man that's screaming N-word, F-word at Jack.
Right.
Rather than that, you know, he's clearly a man of God, and it's like just be honest in your intentions. Like, don't pretend you're here for Jesus Christ because that ain't it.
Right. No, he's here to try to fucking throw a monkey wrench in Jack's show a lot of times. I mean, they're good friends. They've been associated much earlier than us, right? Like, I think they've all been doing this thing for like 3 to 5 years, whereas like I'm fairly new. You're new
because of how Tom was acting on stream. You know, when I got talking to Jack first, I was like, you know, that guy, he's such a fucking horror. And Jack being Jack was like, don't judge him entirely on that. There's more to him. Check out, like check out his channel, and he's actually quite a witty guy. He's clever, you know, when he's not
different.
Yeah,
Totally
and he said
different.
like, yeah, but like Tommy insists that Jack, you know, he hates him. He doesn't like he gets so upset when I'll point out to him. He's like, no, Jack actually has love for you, and it's the only reason I know that you're not an entire asshole is because Jack told me, hey, don't judge him too quickly. There's more to him. But Tommy will push back against any kind of offering of peace or love because he doesn't trust it. Yeah. He doesn't believe it, and that's why I see in him like, that I do really think that Tommy is genuinely. There's some wound there because He just
He's
does
like
not accept the kind word. He doesn't believe it. It can't be true. You've got to be being fake, and that's tragic as fuck. Like.
Yeah, he's a pit bull that's been tied up too long, right, and kicked too many times. You know, pit bulls can be the most loving dogs you've ever seen, but they can also be the most vicious.
For sure, yeah.
And I hate to describe him like a dog.
Dog.
You know, I know in the Bible it's call no man dog, but Jack's described him that way as well.
Tommy wouldn't mind because Tommy's like me, and Tommy's like me in that regard. He loves dogs, and he's funny, man. Sometimes he's done it to me a couple of times now, where he's like, he had the camera pointed at he had a camera pointed at a dog one day when I came on stream, but because I was looking away and talking about something else, he was like, "Nope, you're not allowed to see the dog now. You weren't paying attention." Like, he punishes me by not letting me see the dog.
He does that shit. He's more of a mod god than any. Like towards me, he's mod godded me every time I've been there. Maybe not you, but Paul and Slave too. I went to Paul and Slave's channel like 3 times, and I absolutely got modded out. So those guys are hardcore mod gods, far more than Jack. So is Slow State, so is Queen Stephanie, so is the Rotten Tomato. All those people who claim that, oh, Jack's mod godding or whatever, like Snafu, they are far more trigger happy on kicking people, or they used to be. And from my experience, I don't know about your experience.
Well, I visited Tom's channel and saw him feeding ducks, and I said something. He had music playing that I liked, and I said something about the ducks being nice, the music. Fucking hid me on the channel so that I couldn't comment anymore, and I can't but if I bring that up with him, he'll lose his shit. Look at he's doing his thing. The mod god thing is hilarious. I've never seen anybody spend so much time talking about how they're not allowed to talk. Like, he will take up 20 minutes on Jack saying how Jack never lets him speak. And it's like, dude, you've just taken up the entire last 20 minutes talking about how you're not allowed to talk. So it's crazy. Anyway.
It seems like he's been chilling out a little more recently. But like that whole bit about Spurgeon every time. And then like Brown's boy will call out and say that they're all in coordination to do that, to present that thing, so that it creates like the Jerry Springer effect, right? And I don't know. I don't think so. I've seen Jack on Tommy's channels a few times, and I've watched them. I've watched Tommy interview him, and he kind of still does the same thing towards Jack. Like he puts, you ever know the dunce stool and the dunce cap in old schools?
Yes.
Yeah, he kind of tries to put Jack on the dunce stool and then just talks some shit. But anyway, it is what it is. I wanted to know a little more about your spirituality. And since you're in Ireland, and I know it's very Catholic, but there are also a lot of pagan roots there. Do you have any pagan leanings? Not really.
I mean, like in my friend group, I would have people who were into that. The older traditions and stuff, and like there's a lot of lovely burial sites and stuff near where I am that I've visited, like Catstones and Dolman, so I'm not really.
What is the main city that you're near to? Are you near to Dublin or Belfast or?
So where I am now, I'm like slap bang in the middle. So that's like an hour from Galway and an hour from Dublin. But where I'm from originally is like on the southeast coast, so it's like Wexford is where I'm from, but I haven't lived there for years now. Yeah.
Do you know an Irish song about Galway?
Do I know an Irish song about Galway? Probably. Off the top of my head, I can't think.
I know about 200 Irish folk songs by heart. Yeah, just because my mother's Appalachian Irish, so I grew up with like excommunicated Irish. But only like 3 months out of the year.
Yeah, I only saw that connection somewhere the other day, but with the Appalachian, there's a song called "Black Is the Color" that I like. It's an old folk song, but apparently, it's got some connection with Appalachian.
I was thinking Maggie May, but I just remember sometimes they sing it in Dublin Fair City and near Galway Bay. So it could be Galway Bay or it could be Dublin. It depends on who's singing it, whether it's the Wolf Tones or the Irish Rovers or anyway, I grew up in love with Irish folk songs. I think some Americans consider themselves more Irish than actual Irish.
Yeah,
do you speak any Gaelic? I'm big into Gaelic.
we were, again, because it was forced, we had to speak Irish in primary school. Like, we had to learn Irish.
Oh wow,
So,
nice.
but yeah, it's like anything, if you're made to do it, it became a chore, and you were annoyed by it, and so
Yeah, I hated it too. My grandmother still spoke some, and I hated it. Like, I would make fun of, because I was from LA. I grew up in Los Angeles, and she was in Tennessee, still in the Appalachians. And when I would go to visit her, I thought they were the most fucking hillbilly, redneck country people I'd ever met. And what I did like is I could ride motorcycles and shoot rifles and chew tobacco and drink whiskey and shit. But
you were down with that part, yeah. No, I only speak a small bit, but it's getting a bit of a resurgence, the Irish language now, because there's a number of reasons for it, but there's like a hip hop act called Kneecap, and they've blown up. They're huge now, and they rap exclusively in Irish, which was never done before. So like, they're the first hip hop act,
and they're Kneecap.
Kneecap, yeah. I mean, there's a history to that as well, but like, it would be a nod to the Irish Republican Army and their method of punishment. But they are, because they've taken off, they've kind of made the Irish language cool for the younger people, and so there's a bit of a resurgence in the interest in speaking Irish as well. So yeah,
that's very interesting. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, I heard you. Yeah, you mentioned before actually on Jack's about Shane McGowan. So you like the Pogues and that? I think did you say that, or?
Yeah, sure. I think I sang some one day, and then everybody kind of his brows went up and everybody furrowed, and they're like, yeah.
Oh, I don't think I saw that. I know you mentioned it in chat to me, something about McGowan anyway.
Okay.
But yeah. I have my previous life to what I do nowadays. I was working around a lot of musicians for years, but I have had like wild sessions with Shane McGowan and like
Kelly,
the various lunatics from that scene that would, yeah.
What was the Kelly fella's name? I forget. He was the lead singer, red hair, afro kind of guy.
Luke Kelly. He was. So Luke would have been the Dubliners. Yeah, I never met him. Luke's got.
When I visited Dublin for the first time, they had like an entire homage to him in the Irish Library, like the National Library or whatever in Dublin, and it was just amazing. Like, there were posters everywhere, all over the streets, and he was always one of my favorites as far as singing quality.
There's a statue of Luke Kelly in Dublin, and
I saw. I mean,
no disrespect to the person who made it, but the one, it's not the best.
Okay. I didn't think it wasn't great. It wasn't great. Yeah, there's a couple of statues of Bruce Lee that aren't that good either. Fair enough.
But yeah. Hey, Frank,
seems
I should
like it's
probably
bronzed too.
Yes. I know I got a lot of flack when it was first what's the word? Unveiled for the public. Yeah. The Irish can be very unforgiving about stuff like that. But I better get moving.
Run.
Yeah,
Blessings.
I've got to.
Thank you for stopping by.
I've cut off a couple of calls for you, so I've been ghosting people for you. So I should probably get back to those. But
I appreciate that. Thank you. It's very, very blessed to see you, Trexie. I hope you have a lovely day.
Thanks for having me, and hopefully we'll catch up again soon.
Absolutely.
Take care, Frank.
You too.
Bye, darling. Bye.
Fare thee well. Fare thee well, my love. I'm headed to California. Hey, Voice here, 007. Good to see you. Appreciate you guys stopping by. Hey, Frankie, making coffee. Come up to see if you're still on. Yeah, absolutely, man. Voy as well. Frank rocking the robe game like a true maestro of the BS, right? Yeah, I got my Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science. Yeah, good to see you, gentlemen. I think I pinned the link, so I don't guess I got to worry about it again. That was Trexie. She's a beloved gem of the Emerald Isle. We were talking about Chats with Jack. I don't know if you guys know it or not. I know that Voy does, and I think you've been by there a few times. Brother Richie. Rich. Let me see here. I got the ad for it. So the website is livewithoutfear.com, and the YouTube is at Jack Talcott. I got somebody at the door, guys. Give me just a second.
Eagles flying high, cats on the prowl, devils in your bed, their whispers so loud, witches on my heels, so they'll steal, running in the dark, truth they conceal, blood on the walls, splattering us safe. God can't help the dead, no time to think. Hounds howl at night, shadows in the light, fear in every breath, eyes wide with fright. Cards dealt by fate, no way to escape. Threads getting tight, can't see the daylight. Blood on the walls, splattering us sick. God can't help the dead, no time to think. Cards dealt by fate, no way to escape. Threads getting tight, can't see the daylight. Blood on the walls, splattering us sick. God can't help the dead, no time to think.
All right. That was Dweller of the Dark with God Can't Help the Dead. It's good magic, man. I can appreciate it. They got a whole new category here on StreamYard called widgets. That's interesting. I've never experienced a widget before, but maybe I should give it a go, give it a try, see what it's all about. We do have a visitor from Happy Land, guys. Richie Rich himself, 007. Welcome to the show, man. How the hell are you?
Dude, how you doing? Get that.
Doing well, thank you.
Right?
Blessings and greetings. Yeah, I think so. Give me a second. I gotta adapt my setup here. What's been going on with you tonight?
Oh, it's not tonight.
Okay. That's right.
What time it is? It's 12:20, midday.
Oh, noon.
So,
yeah, midday. Nice.
I've not long been up.
Okay.
I woke up early and then I went back to sleep again. And I've just run down the shop. I got some croissants and
nice
a coffee. So
that's very nice. My wife loves croissants. She buys them and eats them all the time. I don't eat them though. I don't know. There's something about the combination buttery, crispy. I'm more of a English muffin guy, I guess.
I like croissants.
Let me see. What kind of do you?
Best, thing,
What kind
best thing's not to fucking microwave them.
Right.
Don't microwave
Toaster. Toaster if you got to reheat them.
No, they're too big for a toaster. But I was just feeling really lazy, and I just wanted to heat them up a little bit really quickly, like 30 seconds in the microwave. But they go all soft and meh. Whereas if you heat them properly in the oven, they're nice and crispy, and mind you, they're messy. They're more messy then. They flake everywhere, don't they? So you win some, you lose some.
Indeed. I think if I was a pastry, I guess I'm more of a Danish with a little dollop of jelly or cream cheese
I
or
like a
something in the
Danish.
middle. You like a
Yeah,
Danish?
They do these. They're sort of, I don't know what they're called. It's like a, it's tied into a knot. It looks like a knot, and it's got nuts on it, and it's got sort of like a sweet, creamy. It's not a center, but yeah, it sort of is. It's like the center it's got something in it. They're really nice, but I like to stop eating them because the bits of nuts getting stuck in my broken teeth. Fucking broken teeth, man.
Yeah, Voy was here as well. Maybe he'll join us. So, how are your days spent typically? If you're at noon, then you have a little brunch, and then you can chill because you usually work in the evenings. Is that right?
Yeah, 6:30. So I start work at like. I get to work at 6 o'clock. Takes me half hour to set up, and then sing for a few hours. The rest of the day, I do whatever the fuck I want. I don't.
Yeah,
really
that's
have
nice.
I don't really
That's
have any
perfect.
set routine, except, well, I just end up spending most of the time watching fucking YouTube, don't I?
Yeah, go with the flow. Do what's natural, right? Enjoy life.
How have you been anyway? How was your weekend?
I'm well. It's Monday after work here for me, so it's 7:30 in the evening. I got home about 6, so I started streaming. I guess it's about an hour now, and I try to stream once or twice a week. I don't usually though. I haven't streamed I've streamed once in 2 weeks. So yeah, I work like 50 to 60 hours a week in a high school, an academy, like a boarding school, and so I'm usually pretty much beat. But on the weekend, I like to try to jump by some panels and say hello. I think I was on your panel the other night, maybe Friday night for me, or something like that. I don't know. I never know because like from Friday to Sunday, I'll jump on panels.
I wasn't going for that much longer after you jumped up, I think.
Right.
I only went for another like 20 minutes or something. You come in late.
Yeah, it was pretty much the end of the show.
Hours, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
so I typically I don't get like Jack's show, Chats with Jack. That kind of fits my time frame for early morning because I'm usually up between like 4:35 a.m. and he broadcasts from like 5 to 7. So I kind of listen to him when I'm doing my morning shit, making breakfast, having coffee, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard you talking to what's her name? Trexty?
Yeah, Trexty.
I saw that earlier.
Yeah, she's a Talcott super fan. Have you met her at all? Have you talked to her? No, she's pretty much just like a Chats with Jack type of gal, which is cool.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I honestly don't have very many visitors. This isn't your first time here though, right? You've come a couple of times, I believe.
It's not my first time here.
Okay,
But
yeah.
I don't venture out much as far as panels are concerned. anymore.
Yeah, I've noticed that. I've noticed you don't. Neither do I that much. I go to a few. I'll go to yours, and I'll go to Jack's and TML. Those are pretty much the only three I'll go to.
Yeah, I still. I mean, I haven't seen it in a while, but I imagine that I would still have the same issues with Jack as I had 6 months ago. Yeah.
Yeah. What's that? What is it? If I may ask, what were the issues?
Self-important grandioseness.
A little bit, right? Maybe a little megalomania.
Thinks he's here to save the world. Thinks
Napoleon complex.
Thinks he is the one to speak to Trump. To teach.
I think it's
all of that.
I think it's more of an ideal for him. I think he's sincere in wanting to do it, and I think most people doubt that it'll happen. But I don't know. Like, I don't know if you know me, but like my whole gig is magic, like ceremonial magic, like Golden Dawn, Brotherhood of Luxor, Ordo Templi Orientis. You've probably heard of some of these, chaos magic, this kind of thing, right? Are you familiar at all with it? I know we were talking about The Secret the other day on your show. So I'm a big time occult practitioner.
You talking about the Hollywood Secret or the
movie?
The movie. The real.
Well, no, someone had mentioned it on your show.
As in manifestation.
Right,
That's
what we call magic, right? Magic with a K.
Yeah, I mean, for me, magic's just science that we don't understand yet. So, this was magic 400 years ago. This would have been magic. It's just it's our awareness, and at the moment we are probably about the most ignorant we've ever been. I think as a collective, on the whole, we are the most ignorant that we have ever been on this earth, I reckon. I think, so magic is just, it's manipulating energy.
Right.
Which isn't magic. It's manipulating energy, you know? We've got this idea that magic, that word magic is everybody thinks of it magic with a C. It's like, ooh, pull a rabbit out of a hat, and this idea that magic, or the magic that they portray to us on movies is done so deliberately, in a fantastic visual way, right? So, think about Doctor Strange, right? Doctor Strange is doing all that, and he's creating these fucking sigils and symbols in the air in front of him as he's doing it. It manifests into fire or whatever it is and creates a symbol. None of that happens, right? When we do magic, there aren't fucking bells and whistles and laser beams shooting out of our fucking hands, and that's all smoke and mirrors.
Sometimes there are.
Most of the magic that's done is imperceptible.
Sure. Very subtle.
Eye,
very subtle.
Right? It's very subtle. It's imperceptible to the human eye, to the human experience. So they've romanticized and fantasized magic to make it
to an extent, and like you said,
imagination.
Old school magic, right?
Right.
There's a really good definition brought forward by Peter J. Carroll. I'll just share one paragraph of it with you. You can check it out on your own if it interests you at all. But just to have it on the record, a very simple. So I'll show you real quick my screen. You can have a look. You can tell me what you think of it. Let's see. Is my screen sharing? Yeah, looks good. And then I'll jump over here. This is the specularium.org wizardry. So this comes from the OG guy who wrote the first real. I think he kind of created the idea of chaos magic. But anyway, part of his spiel here.
Hang on.
Go ahead.
Do
you know Peter J. Carroll?
When did he write this?
Oh, I don't know, like probably 92 or something. This is from 2014, but
I guess maybe coining the phrase chaos magic, maybe he coined it, but chaos magic is a real like
yeah, sure.
What's the
Cyber
TV
magic
thing? Oh, The Witcher. The Witcher.
Yeah, The Witcher.
Right?
Yeah.
The Witcher is all about the power that the sorceresses or whatever they're called, they use chaos magic as the magic they're using. Right? It's the energy.
Sure,
it's the it's the elements. The energy behind the elements.
Yeah, it's the same axiom, right? As above, so below means manifestation. And ordo ab chaos, or order out of chaos, also means as above, so below. Here he says, in a technique somewhat analogous to a mathematician using the vast stores of axioms, theorems, and conjectures developed by other mathematicians and suggested by nature, magicians evoke and invoke various real and imaginary entities, archetypes, egregores on the basis of experimental belief that the universe probably contains something somewhere that knows how to do anything or confer any knowledge or ability the magician might require. So this is a very good little segment of what a modern day magician is kind of up to, right? And notice how he leaves it open, right? Real or imaginary, something somewhere, maybe knows how to do something, right? So it's a very good. What do you think personally of this explanation here?
Real or imaginary? I believe in formless entities with individual intent, right? With free will, I guess. They've been put into. They've already been predetermined by Muslim and Christian and whatever else as jinn and angels and demons and all of that, right? But they're formless, intelligent entities with purpose, right? Whether their purpose is to disrupt and cause chaos or to assist and create harmony, they the good ones, as far as I can tell, the good ones, most of the time you don't know when they've got involved. They don't. They're background. They're in the background, and they don't interfere as such. Like they don't. You're not. They don't. They might give you a push or a nudge, but they don't try to make you do anything. Right? Whereas the other ones, because this is we live in duality, right? So you've got positive and negative. The positive ones are in the background and they're assisting, and the negative ones are right up in your fucking head, basically all the time, every day, they're trying to influence you to do whatever, either fuck yourself up or fuck somebody else up, just to fuck up, to fuck
They
things
can,
up.
yeah, they can. And that's the whole path of magic. Like magic for me is the idea of breaking through all of the chains that bind. So the most basic set of chains is, like you said a moment ago, the duality, the positive negative. So that's one of the first ones you have to break through. Then the next one is the 5 elements, right? Gaining control of the elemental positions, right? The solid, the gaseous, the liquid, the plasma charge, and learning to understand those. And then the next one is breaking all chains of so-called karma and the zodiac, right? That's the path of the magician, breaking through what we call trance states, right? People fall into states where they move like pseudo-autonomously without any kind of thought. And so being mindful, really, like you said a moment ago, the intent, right? The intention. This is the first key of magic, right? Mastering your intent. What do you intend? And like I said, when the negative ones are rising up in the mind constantly or facing you in the world, you have to dispel them. That's what the casting out of demons is. You cast them out of the self first, then you can cast them out of others as well. It's a thing.
So
I believe the Jin, the smokeless fire, right? We call those Shen in Chinese. The original,
So-
I believe a lot of this originated in China, and that's why I came here to study.
I think what they haven't told anybody, because most people don't think about it. Most and I don't. If there are any true masters out there,
Oh, there are. I've met quite a few.
I know there's plenty of men out there that and even women that think they're masters. And
No,
there's
these
other-
weren't men.
and there's men
These
and
were
women
something else.
that other people think that they are masters. I have
No,
never,
I've met genuine. You may not have. I have.
No.
Though. My path has been the magic path since I was a teenager, and I've seen things that aren't human. They're dragons. They're beyond what we are. Genuine, in all genuineness. I wouldn't bullshit you. But go ahead.
That's interesting. I appreciate hearing that because, like, yeah, it all depends on the integrity of the person telling you the story, right? So I'm saying that each one of us is having a subjective experience determined by our perceptions.
Sure, absolutely. And our experiential evidence is all we can really base things on.
Exactly.
Some of it can be in reading, but most of it has to be direct experience, right?
And these supernatural, fantastic experiences are pretty much all the time. It's a very individual thing. It happens,
And they're few and far between, and a lot of it can be attributed to coincidence as well. But yeah,
Right.
they're rare.
And
Very
I don't
rare.
know.
And
I don't know the conditions under which you saw the dragon, right? And how many other people were there. But if other people were there to witness the dragon, it's because it was already within their perception to see it.
Right. Otherwise, they couldn't have seen it. That's right. That's very correct.
So,
My wife actually
your
took me to one.
testimony.
I was having a heart attack. Yeah, go ahead.
Your testimony, though, is that there's no. You don't have any proof. It's not.
No,
it's not
because
something you can prove to anybody.
Causality shouldn't be falsely attributed, right? You could attribute it to a number of things: pure coincidence, timing, hallucination, right? At the subjective, right, like you said, at the subjective experiential level, there is no way to prove it unless even if you were there, like you said, you might perceive something other than what I perceived.
And the only
sure.
way that you can
I could agree with
communicate the only way you can communicate that experience to anybody is by telling the story of what happened.
Right.
When you tell the story of what happened,
You create a map, and that's not the thing.
No, you're using predetermined words and phrases and descriptions and names that already have narratives and feeling attached to them, right?
Well, yeah, and even if I did it in a different language, even if I did it in Chinese, right? It's still that thing, right?
it's still words. You're still using words to describe the thing, but the words are not the thing.
Yeah,
Right?
but here's the thing too. Like if you were to visit and we went there together, like we could have the experience without words, and that would be the only legitimate way to show another person, right?
And
to climb
honestly-
the mountain with them.
And honestly, an experience like that I don't think that there are really words that you can attribute to it other than like,
No. Once you start to narrate it, right, it's not the thing itself.
The guy was stood in front of me and then he turned into a dragon. Right?
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Well, yeah, I wouldn't say that, but here's the thing too. According to spiritual science, from what I've learned, every time you tell the story itself and try to describe it, you devalue it in your own internal landscape. It loses its clarity. It loses its gloss. It loses the power and the charge. So
and
better
also-
not to talk about it.
Right, and also, when you tell the story, you're only telling the last time you remembered the story.
That's right, and how you recreated it in your mind.
Right, and so
That's
each
absolutely
time you're building, you end up it either builds or diminishes.
And you deviate a little more every time. And people
So-
love to embellish.
And
They love to embellish.
I think the true masters that have whether they have malicious intent or not, I don't know. But the ones that are sat there right now who really do know what's going on, right, in the world right now.
Yeah, they don't write their book. They don't tell their story.
No, and it's hard not to think that the world is out of balance at the moment. At the moment, it's very ego.
It
it's
always
ego-driven,
is.
right?
It's a little more tending toward darkness now. I agree, but it's always been that way.
I don't think it has.
There's nothing new under the
I think it's
sun.
about, China and Japan.
Let's not talk too much
both-
about China unless it's in a positive note.
No, I'm not saying. Listen,
I wanna
love
go to
China,
jail.
mate.
Yeah, go ahead,
Dude,
go ahead.
I love China. Let me say this for the record. I think we've been lied to about how it's not as bad as we've been made to believe it is, right?
Absolutely not. No,
You
it's
wouldn't be
way different.
fucking living there.
And-
If
and-
it was
and
that
thriving,
bad, would
right?
you really
And
be living
flourishing,
there and
right?
thriving?
No.
Flourishing. You've got a family. You've got. There might be. There's going to be some issues and maybe
There's static
tensions.
everywhere. Yeah,
Bec-
everywhere you go.
Because at the end of the day, you are a foreigner, right? Just like I'm a foreigner here,
Right.
And when you are a foreigner, you're not part of it. You're not.
This guy too,
We're slightly just outside,
Gabe's a stranger in a strange land as well. Do you know Gabe?
Yeah,
I think you do.
Gabe's cool.
Yeah.
He came up the other day. He came up yesterday or day before yesterday.
Yeah, I saw him on there the other day. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that the malevolent ones, right? The ones that have no that are they're just looking after themselves. And they're deliberately misleading and allowing the people, the masses, to be misled and misguided to all this division, all of this. If people knew the truth, there would obviously, I think, still be division and shit, because this is because of duality, right? It's a natural law that I think. I've told this story before, and I've looked for it, and I can't find it anywhere. It's like a Mandela effect. It's disappeared. But I'm really into The Last Airbender, The Legend of Aang, The Last Airbender, the TV series, not the movie. The 3 seasons.
Not at all familiar. You'll have to tell me about it. Yeah.
There's 3 seasons. Aang is the last Airbender. So there's three books that were written and turned into cartoons, and it was water, earth, and fire. Right? Aang is already air. He's an airbender, so he's already a master of being able to bend air, use the element of air. but he has to master the other three elements. He's the last avatar, and the avatar is the master of all four elements, and who has essentially godlike abilities, right? But Aang has no control over his avatar powers. The only time he turns into the avatar is when his life is in danger or the life of a loved one is in danger. But when it happens, he has no control, and he causes so much destruction and so much fear amongst innocent people, right? That he desperately wants to get control of that avatar power, to be able to switch it on or off whenever he wants. So he goes to a yogi, and the yogi says to him, you must master all four elements, right? But you must also clear and balance your 7 chakras. And each chakra is basically the loss and letting go of things, attachments, right? That's one of the chakras is attachments. I can't remember how they went, the order in which they went, but the last chakra, like that is the last chakra, is being able to let go of everything, right? Even the things you love, being able to let go of absolutely everything. Once he's mastered all 7, cleared all 7 chakras and mastered all 4 elements, he's a full-fledged avatar, right? And I think that there are real avatars on Earth who are, I think the elements can basically, what's the word? It's referencing different aspects of being human, right? We're a spiritual being having a physical experience. The 4 elements are like intellect, emotion, spiritual, intellectual, spiritual, emotional, and physical.
Right.
Right. And once you've mastered all those 4 elements, and you've mastered you've cleared and balanced your chakra, your energy centers in yourself. So, for any of us to achieve it, I think this is what, yogis and whatever. This is what they're really trying to do. They're trying to become avatars.
Yeah, sure. In the Hermetic sciences, the 4 elements are also represented by the simple incantation: to dare, to know, to will, and to be silent. So the first one, to dare, is the fire element, right? The plasma charge. To know is the intellect, the air element. Then to will is the water, the emotion, right? The willpower. And then the 4th one, to be silent, is the earth, right? Complete stillness. Right. And so they call that the riddle of the Sphinx, according to the Brotherhood of Luxor, right? Luxor is the place where Cairo is where they have the pyramids, right? And the Sphinx. But Luxor is where supposedly the tablets
of the tombs.
Luxor, the emerald tablets were found there. Right. That's where they found the emerald tablets, supposedly. So you've probably heard that before, right? To dare, to know, to will, and to be silent.
Yeah, I do. I also know about the emerald tablets, like the teachings of Thoth, and Set as well.
Yeah. Thoth is the god I ascribe to most often and worship, the god of magic.
I think that's a real thing, right? I think there's obviously there's something there. But I
motherfucker's there, believe me.
I think the emerald tablets. I don't know about the emerald tablets.
No, yeah, some of it's fake, obviously, but the Rosetta Stone or the transmission of knowledge. I mean, if you think about the emerald tablets, really, it's all of the Sumerian tablets. It's all of the cuneiform that only a very few people can read. And when it resonates with you as natural law, then I believe that your own like internal gnosis can understand it. Like a moment ago, I had up on the board here the keys of magic, and this is how I've rendered them and through my own understanding. Like a moment ago, you talked about intention. Intention is the eye in the triangle, right? It's the point of focus. And then willpower is the motivation, the momentum to get there, to reach it. So the intent, the number one would be the conscious mind. The willpower is a subconscious effect. And then number three, like if we think about our Jungian psychology, the resonance is the supraconscious. It's the resonating factor of the cosmos. It's the echo. So when you intend for something to happen and you push towards it, then you arrive at it, right? It's a very simple process. Ask and you shall receive, seek and you shall find, knock and it shall be opened unto you. It's a threefold process. This is my own understanding. Go ahead.
Do you have the same sort of not confusion? It's a I believe, in fact, I feel I know. I don't think I believe. I feel I know that we are responsible for what manifests into our experience, what actually ends up happening.
Sure. Think of my path. I started wanting to come to China when I was like 15 years old. It took me till I was 28. Everyone told me I could never come. I used number one, my intention to go was supreme. My will to follow through with that would not be blocked no matter what people said to me, no matter how dark the story. My resonance is this, me being here, right? This is an act of magic. An act of magic could be, hitting the link and talking to Frank Monday. That's your will being done, right? That's the pure definition of magic.
Do you think it's possible that you were destined, you were basically, you were always going to end up in China, and that is maybe why you had the desire to go to China? It's a symbiotic relationship between the one and or between your. It's like you always knew from the age of 15. You knew you were going to end up in China, right? You wouldn't if you really believed it wasn't going to be possible. You wouldn't have.
But yeah, and it was done through selective choice too. Like I grew up in LA, and I had like a different culture on every edge of my neighborhood.
That's the sort of.
And the Chinese were just the coolest.
There's not many.
Everyone else kicked my ass. The fucking Crips and Bloods, they beat the fucking shit out of me. The Mexicans beat me up. The Hawaiians beat me up. The Cambodians beat me up. But when I wound up in Chinatown, they invited me in and treated me to food. So it was a selective process, right? So, any other neighborhood I went into, it was get whitey. But when I wandered into Chinatown in LA, they were fucking minding their own goddamn business, weren't hurting anybody. And when I met and made a friend that was Chinese at a very young age, he invited me to, his dad owned a restaurant in LA, and they started feeding me and like just being friendly to me. And from then on out,
real
like,
Chinese food as well, not the shit that they feed.
Right. Not what's on the buffet, but what they themselves eat, right?
Yeah, their noodle soup and stuff, and like,
yeah.
I love real Chinese noodle soup.
Yeah, it was good magic. But yeah, it started there, and falling in love with the characters, the black on red, just like I have back here. So I couldn't figure it out. It looked like a picture. It's like, what is that? What the fuck is that? That's a word. That's not a word. That's a picture. You know what you're talking about?
But
yeah,
do you believe in destiny? That's my point. Do you believe in destiny?
Yeah, not really. I think that the magician's job is to break free from destiny and karma and the zodiac and all of it. I mean, for the average everyday individual, I think 90% of the people out there, I think they do. I think they follow it in trance state, unmindfully, just follow their destiny. But I think that for the awakened individual, destiny means that you're in control of your choices and you're creating your own destiny.
Well, you were destined to wake up. You could say that.
That's one way to look at it.
it was just never destined for you. Just because everybody else was destined for that, it doesn't. I believe in destiny. I think you can change your destiny. I think
you can change your destiny. Go ahead.
It's choices.
Go ahead.
It's like you make choices. As you make choices, your destiny changes, right?
Yeah.
There's
according to Chinese science. Go ahead.
There's a busy road in front of you, and you're destined to get to the other side of it, but instead of walking over the bridge, you choose to fucking cross in the middle of the traffic. Like,
right,
randomly.
branching pathways. Like with the airbender a moment ago, the elements always have branching pathways. According to Chinese science, there's always the elemental branching pathways. And depending on which one you take the most often, that's how your destiny will play out.
So,
because excellence, like Aristotle says, is a matter of repetition, like your music. You can do that thing because you've done that thing so many times. And I'm sure that if I listened and sat down to your music, I would feel the genuine power of magic, because that is magic, right? Only a master magician or a master musician can create a real movement of emotion, right? A real breaking through of the veil.
One of the things that I guess
you felt it, you know it.
What I love about what I do and my ability to do it is when I'm sat there in front of the restaurant playing, singing away, and I'm just watching people walking past all day, right? But the number of people that I can see, they're not thinking about the music. They're having a conversation with somebody. They're on their phone or whatever. They're going about their day, and as soon as they come in within earshot of me singing, they stop doing whatever it was that they were doing, and they're like, and I see them, all different expressions, but it's generally always, oh shit, man. Wow, listen to that. That's really good. And then they look around, they'll look over and they see me, and then they either come in, they get a table, or they don't. But the amount of people that they're completely engrossed in whatever it is they're doing. Like, there was a woman yesterday, and she looked Malaysian or something. She was walking, and she was very, very proud. And she obviously had a firm intent wherever she was going. She was locked in. She was on her phone, and then it was just this part of the song. I forget what song it was. I can't even remember what song it was, but it was a part of the song that I love singing because of the emotion behind it, right? And when I hit those notes, she stopped dead. I was like, wow, and just spun round and stood there, cocked her head on the side, and was just listening to me for about 5 minutes, and then sort of snapped out and was like, well, and went back to what she was doing, right? But shit like that happens all the time, and that's where, I'm affecting the air. Like, there's a resonance between me and whoever that it's touching, whoever it's affecting. There's a connection, instant connection. That is, it's a positive, emotional, and a lot of the time, man. Do you know how many times I make people start crying and shit? They're sat there, and I look over, and somebody's sat there fucking bawling their eyes out because of the song that I just sung.
And to get back to the basic process too, you had that intention, whatever intention you're putting through your guitar, it's the will power that's strumming it, right? And making it happen. And then that resonance will surround you like an aura, right? Like, if do it, it's true. If you want to make people cry, or you want to make them laugh, or you want to make them feel agitated or whatever, you can do that now with your instrument, because how long have you been doing that kind of magic, man? That's magic right there. Absolutely. I mean, like music, you've been doing it your whole life pretty much, right? Since you were young.
I've been playing instruments my whole life. I've been singing my whole life, but I only started singing in front of people when I was when I started doing karaoke, when I started getting drunk and doing karaoke.
Okay. Yeah.
You know,
Almost all live performers need a little of the juice sometimes.
Yeah, I was like 17. I was about 17, and I started.
Oh wow.
But I was thinking I sound quite good, and people seemed to like what I was doing, but I didn't think I was a singer. I wanted to work in the music industry, and I wanted to be a sound engineer, right?
Okay.
Okay. But yeah, when I went to Greece, when I was 21, I went to Greece. I thought, fuck it, I'm going to a new country, and I'll just busk. I'll just sit there and busk. Take my guitar and fucking busk and start singing to people. And then when a guy stopped and I started a band with him, but I was just a backing vocalist and the rhythm guitarist. He was the front man and I was on the side. And I didn't ever think of myself as being a front man. But I guess I was in my mid-20s, early 20s when I started performing to people just acoustically with my guitar. But I wasn't as good as I am now. Like I'm way better than I ever was before because my repertoire is so big.
Yeah, and refinement too. You've mellowed, you know. You don't have anything to prove. You've done it.
Yeah.
You've brought yourself to that point where you can just be the fucking music, right?
Yeah.
That's an entirely different thing. That's a total level up. I was never able to achieve that. I played flute in high school, and then I continued with flute for a little while. Then I played some guitar in college, like 4 or 5 years. And then I kind of gave everything up when I came to China because I just wanted to focus on martial arts, you know, and philosophy and stuff like this. And then I didn't start doing flute again until about 10 years ago. But I had such a gap there that I was never really to achieve that total resonance with an instrument, you know. For myself, like I can play it. I can play the guitar, I can play the flute, but there's no repertoire there. There's no real talent or skill. There's just a very base level ability, which is totally different, right? Totally different from what you've done.
I would say that because you did start, you know, you had an urge, you had a will to start, and you can play.
Yeah,
right?
And I did that thing.
That means
right?
that means I would say that you do have talent. The talent.
Okay.
You hone talent into a skill, right?
There you go. That makes sense. Yeah.
I think talent, because I believe in reincarnation, and I think that talent is something that comes with soul memory, like depending on and also maybe there might be something genetic in there as well, like because
absolutely.
My family
genetic drift
on both sides. My family have been successful artists of one form or another, either musical or.
Pardon me for just a second. Do you know a Dutch Jew named Voy?
Oh,
AKA
I've heard of him. I've heard of him. Yeah. Do you think
is he worthy of our presence here?
I've heard he's an interesting character. Actually, I think he's got some. He reminds me somewhat of Jesus. So.
Okay, he's a bit of an artist too, if I remember correctly.
He is an artist. He's been a front man as well. I think so.
We'll bring the J Dog up on the stage.
Yeah, let's bring him.
We don't hate on Jews here, right? Come on up here, Voy, you Jewish fuck. Why'd you cut your foreskin off, man? That's no kind of fun.
Dude, I didn't do it.
It was liar. How dare you lie?
Do you know what, Frank? That's you bring the subject up, man. Right?
I mean,
with what's going on
when they fucking circumcised me, Frank. I mean, you opened this can of worms. You did.
I'm gonna come over there with my fucking box cutter.
Dude,
got that little elephant trunk hanging out. I'm gonna cut that motherfucker.
If you think it's traumatic for a baby,
it's too late, man. I wish my parents had done it when I was a baby, but
just think how traumatic it can be for a 5-year-old. Okay,
you Philistines, you infidels! How dare you bring your elephant trunks in here? I'm just playing. Yeah, welcome, boy. Richie, what did you want to touch on? Did you want to touch on
I wanted
fucking
because
jihad?
you bring up the subject.
Now that we're
of
talking
fucking-
foreskin, what do you want to touch upon?
about what's going on right now, right? What's going on right now? Well, obviously, we have to be careful.
Does anybody have an explanation how an unconstitutional war somehow still became a thing, and then all the generals were fired and all the scientists were eliminated, and still it's going on and nobody agrees?
Well, no. What's most interesting to me is that the country that's being accused of being, and what I thought when I was growing up, they were a bunch of crazy terrorists. You know that they were terrorizing their own people and terrorizing everybody else, and they were the issue. They were the enemy. But what we've seen is everything that they've been accused of doing has only been done by one side, and it's not them.
Every
They're not the
accusation.
ones doing
Hey, look,
it.
look, guys, real quick. This is a pack of cigarettes.
Oh, mate, really? That's fucking awesome.
Stays fresh like
Well,
that.
if it opens, like.
Yeah, if I can get it.
Now the
fucking
ring
open.
pops off and it still doesn't.
Oh, I
fully open.
fucking destroyed it. Yeah.
Yeah, there you
See, I had
go.
to-
Do you know what? I fucking saw that happening. I saw
Yeah,
that
because I
happening.
showed it. Because I had to show off.
You just need a knife, yeah. Just poke a knife in there. It'll come out.
Don't cut your back, dude.
These are so delicious. Someone during the Chinese New Year gave me
They're really thin.
a
aren't
pack
they?
of
Like,
5.
they're
Yeah,
dirty-
they're super
dirty
thin, but
ones.
they're strong and flavorful.
I'd like
Anyway,
to try
yeah.
Chinese cigarettes because they are different. I know they're different.
Yeah, they make some good fucking tobacco over here. They have grades though, very, very different from the West. So, like a basic pack of cigarettes is like the equivalent of like €2 a pack for just your basic smokes, which are good. I like them. I smoke them. But like elegant, like premium cigarettes are like 10, 12 euro a pack, 10, 12 pounds, something like that. And they have cigarettes as expensive as like 20 pounds a pack. These right here are probably like 15 pounds a 10, but there's like 50 of them in here. So a pretty good deal.
And it's
So
good tobacco.
what's common to pay for? I don't even know what's regular. I think cigarettes are cheaper than the rolling tobacco these days in my country, and it used to be the other way around.
Okay. Used to be, in the US, they're $10 a pack. Just
Yeah.
about any major city.
It's like 28 euros for 50 grams of tobacco here, man.
You could get them as cheap as $1 a pack here, but I wouldn't trust that.
You
That's
can't buy
pretty bad.
50-gram pouches anymore here. You can only get 30-gram pouches.
The 30 ones.
But it's €5, 5 cents.
Oh, that's
30
that's
grams.
reasonable.
And the cigarettes I get, because I only smoke cigarettes when I can't smoke a joint, obviously. So at work, I'll smoke a cigarette, and I'm smoking at the moment these Camel Click. Like they've got a black currant click
Yeah.
and a
Oh,
menthol
yeah, I grew
click.
up on Camel. I like
Right.
Camel.
They're really
Turkish
bad.
tobacco.
It's really
Are
bad
they?
quality tobacco. They don't, it doesn't really taste like tobacco. You need those little flavor things on them. But I don't know. I just fucking. They're like €1. It's
you've got.
€1.80 for 10. And they're the only
Yeah, that's
cigarettes
not
you can
bad.
buy 10 of as well. You
It's
can't buy
better than
10s of
chocolate
anything.
cigarettes, right?
Huh?
It's better than chocolate cigarettes. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing fucking worse than a chocolate cigarette. Jesus
No,
Christ.
they're
I've had
messy, man.
those.
They're messy.
Yeah, that's terrible. That's horse shit. Nobody wants that. Voy, what are you up to? How did you find out about this scene over here? Did you you follow Richie over? Are you fucking stalking him, man? That's weird. That's weird and gay, bro.
Oh. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, yeah, well.
You didn't know
No,
that it was
I-
weird and gay to stalk, you didn't know that. What didn't you know?
so much.
Stalking dudes.
So
Stalking
much.
chicks, okay. Don't stalk dudes.
I think, dude, I think it's it's one of these energy. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Good
It's just
magic. Yeah, it's a
happenstance.
triumvirate.
It's
Triumvirate.
Hey, so
It's
something
happenstance.
else. I'm going to visit another somebody that I met via YouTube. She's not so much of a YouTuber.
What would be
Well, fuck
weird?
then. There's the door. Don't let it hit you in your ass
How
on the way
often-
out.
Do
No
you
need to
do
say
you come
goodbye.
over here often, boy?
He
Do you
does
come here often?
sometimes. No, he does
'Cause-
sometimes.
Right, but when was the last time?
What?
Fuck, 3 weeks ago.
What are
Maybe
you-
3 weeks ago.
What are you saying, Richie? Because you're talking over each other. I couldn't make it out.
Oh, just because I can't remember the last time I popped over. It was over a month ago, well over a month ago, 6 to 8 weeks ago, I think. Last time I dropped in and listened to you. I don't think I dropped. I think I lurked. I don't think I actually.
Well, I'm so random. Like anyone who has some consistency, like your channel 007, I can come over occasionally, right, and see you. Whereas I'm just
You're
never
off on
here, really.
Tuesdays, if I remember correctly. You're off
Yeah,
on
Tuesdays and Thursdays. That's right.
So
yeah.
I would always see you on like Monday, Tuesday, Monday night, Tuesday morning, and
Right.
on a
right.
Wednesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Wednesday night, Thursday morning.
Because
yeah,
you're
that's
ahead
right.
of us, aren't you? You're like 12
Yeah.
hours ahead.
Anything
Or 10
but a
hours ahead or
Monday.
something.
Hey, Frank. Anything but a Monday.
That's right. It's Monday. It's Monday for me. It's Monday for you as well. I guess you guys are both
It's
in
Monday,
Monday.
man.
Are you in Monday yet, Voy?
I don't care about
Yeah,
Mondays.
he's
They're
2
all the
hours
same.
ahead of me, so it is now
Okay.
3:10 in the afternoon. Where
Nice,
Voy is,
nice.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, there aren't that
NPC.
many of us in this time zone. NPC, yeah.
You're in the same time zone as a similar time zone, being ahead basically as Casper and anyone in Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
and NPC as well. Yeah, he's like an
Yeah,
hour or two
an NPC.
different than me. Yeah, we're like
Well,
an
he-
hour,
yeah,
a
he's
couple
in-
hours apart. Taiwan.
Taiwan, right?
The sun never sets in the Penalverse.
Yeah, the name which must not be spoken. All right, you can't say that word here. Formosa.
Oh, what, the P word?
No, T word, Taiwan.
Oh, right, okay. Well,
That's not a real thing. That's a
It's just
fantasy.
a province.
It's
It's,
funny.
a province or
It's a province. That's right.
I think it was Colonel McGregor. I think it was Colonel McGregor talking about how basically America's just proven to China and Russia that they got nothing to worry about. Like so this whole thing with Taiwan and everything, you know, China doesn't have to worry about America. They're not the big fucking. Their bark is far worse than their bite. Like their weapons fail, and they're they don't have the allies that they once had. You look at what's going on right now with the Strait of Hormuz.
Yeah, but it's. I think it's all just according to plan, man. It's just.
Yeah, I think this is also a scripted power shift.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's
interesting.
basic.
He's in this. China has one time zone, and Taiwan's included in that. That's weird. So for
That's the weird
in
thing
the
as
Uni-
well, right? How is it?
Yeah,
that
in the
China
United
has
States, we have,
one
like-
time zone, and how far is it from one side to the other, and from east to
Yeah.
west in China, like thousands.
Same as the
of
U.S.
miles.
Yeah, 3,000
And
miles, something like that.
Everywhere
yeah.
else, there's a time zone change. Like you go to India, and they've got 15-minute time zones.
Yeah. How about but
The U.S. has
they're
hourly.
fucking Indian, and they were influenced by English, so that fucks a person really up, you know.
Yeah, I think we got like 6 in the U.S. right, and it's the same size as China, and China has 1.
I mean,
Yeah, write them a letter, Richie. Write them a letter.
Well, and it's set by this
bakes
city.
my
This
brain,
city,
man.
this city, the one I'm in, the capital city, is the only one in an accurate time zone. and everyone else must bow to the throne because this is the seat of power. This is the capital, right?
Right.
Gugong, the forbidden city, the seat of power. Very arrogant, very tyrannical. It is what it is, though, right?
I told you before that I like the robe game. I like men that stream, just in their robe. it's
and it's warm enough. It got up to 25 degrees today, Celsius.
It's not just the robe, man. It's the wife beater underneath. It's
That's
the
right.
robe with the wife beater.
And sporting the gold and the Buddha. Check out my jade Buddha.
Got? Right, so you got Buddha, and then what's above Buddha?
A gourd, like a bottle gourd.
Okay, and what's that? Is that meant to be a? Because it looks like a genie in a bottle. Is that?
It's a bottle of wine. That's right. It's a bottle of spirit wine. All right.
Oh, right. It's not like your semen in it or something.
No. And then I've got the ring of Solomon and the seal of David, the Star of David. So I've got all my magical elements.
So you're such
do you not worry about potential conflicts of like?
No, like here, janitors wear pure gold. It's how you store any money that you want to take with you somewhere. Like it's kind of it's a form of like ancient currency. Like not as much as Thailand. Thailand's probably the biggest spot for that. Thailand has the cheapest gold pieces, gold prices, the purest gold. They have like what's called like Thailand has a special kind of gold market. It's like there's no middleman fee. You just pay the spot price of gold any given day, any given time of the day. And they have an entire council that checks it and balances the price of gold. So gold is always like pegged to the US dollar in Thailand. China's pretty close. China charges very little for craftsmanship. So like no matter how beautiful a piece is, they just charge you the weight, which is a very good thing.
No, doesn't make any sense. But it does make sense.
It's a place marker. You can hold money in it and never lose that money because gold always potentially goes up in value.
Yeah.
I mean, if it does go down, it doesn't stay down for long.
Right. And it's progressively like kept pace and outpaced almost like everything. Jewelry and cigarettes. Yeah, that's kind of my gig. Plasma Void. Do you guys know Plasma Void? Because sometimes Queen Stephanie stops by with like a sock puppet account, talks a bunch of shit.
Oh,
Plasma Void came in my chat the other day, I think.
Okay,
I
6-7, huh?
I can't. Yeah, I don't remember any issues with Plasma.
It's a whole
cock
team.
is off the hook for gold. See, I think we've been. Like they're controlling, obviously they're controlling the supply and the price of gold.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like you were talking about the Aztecs the other day, right?
Yeah.
Gold was laying around in the fucking streets.
Yeah, it's not a.
They made toilets out of gold.
They've closed down. They've closed down most of the. I think there's only one gold mine in the Canary Islands.
They incinerate diamond mines, right? That's what Blood Diamond was all about. They fucking dump chemicals into it and blow it up when they can't mine it.
Well, I mean, diamonds were...
Yeah, diamond mines.
The only value that a diamond has got is in engineering, really, as a cutting tool. Or a...
tell my wife that.
Yeah, De Beers, man. The best marketing ever. From De Beers.
Diamond is forever. That's right.
Diamonds are a girl's best friend.
That was Marilyn Monroe, wasn't it?
Yeah. So, man, I don't.
Right, it's fucking brainwashing.
Like
it's mind control. I do. I've always liked it.
I used to wear jewelry, man. I used to wear a chain around my neck. I had a bracelet. I had rings. I had both my ears pierced. I had my tongue pierced. I liked wearing jewelry for a while, but I got.
I think that's so. To me, it came across. Well, it didn't come across when I started wearing a watch at first, right?
Oh yeah, I used to wear a watch as well. I haven't worn a watch for.
And I was like, no, every minute I had to check the time, and I was, oh man,
A slave to Kronos.
yeah, man,
God of time.
no, man, this is fucking
Saturn.
bothering me. This is, it's like, I don't need it. Like, I don't need it, and I just threw it away, just like that. Like, fuck it.
No, and you'll notice. Go ahead.
No,
And anytime I wear a chain on my neck or anything, it feels. I might wear it for an evening,
Like
right?
like a dog collar, right? Like someone's
It does.
fucking.
It does.
It's it is. What you end up owning, whatever you own, it ends up owning
ends
you.
up
Like in
owning
Fight
you.
Club,
And
right?
yeah, and I don't know. It's like energy gets attached. I think energy can be attached to, entangled with items, right?
Yeah.
Particularly
Oh yeah,
jewelry and
absolutely. Absolutely. People fucking sacrifice their lives for it. Like you said, someone might cut my throat if they saw that hanging from my neck. I mean, how is that of any value?
It's
Because it's an easy $5,000. Why not fucking kill this motherfucker and take his necklace?
That looks like Joseph Goebbels, dude. This dude called Frank Monday. That looks like Joseph Goebbels.
I don't know what Joseph Goebbels looked like. So
No, well, he
either.
looks like Frank Monday. I mean, Frank Monday he's got this original Nazi face, man. He could be just in any kind of Nazi movie. If you would dress Frank in a uniform, it would look so good in him,
No, I'm the reincarnation of Israel Regardi. You know me. Look at this. This is my fucking uncle right here. Tell me this isn't me. Don't worry. Let me pull it up real quick. Hey, it didn't work. Never mind. Go ahead.
Hey, by the way, Joseph,
we got 007. We got Joseph Goebbels. What about you, Voy? Who the fuck are you? Talking all that shit.
Timu Jesus.
That they said that on 007 show the other night. That was so funny.
yeah, man.
But
that's not
Sasquatch
cute.
called me Timu Richard Dreyfuss. I'm like, dude. No.
Oh yeah,
Richard
Dreyfuss.
Richard Dreyfuss was cool, man.
Yeah, he was.
And he's right too. You do look like Richard Dreyfuss. See, this is me right here. Check it out.
See, that is Goebbels. No, that's not Goebbels. That's your
No, that's
grandfather. Who's this?
that's my uncle. Yeah, that's my uncle. Is it Francois Israel Regardi?
Who the fuck is he, man? Who taught him how to tie a tie? Did nobody teach him how to tie a Windsor knot?
Right?
No,
That is terrible.
it's the 1930s. Come on, man, give him a break.
Yeah, I think Windsor knots existed in the 1930s. I think Windsor knots have existed
back
as
then.
long as ties.
I'm the
Man.
spitting image of that
My-
right there. That's my bloodline.
My dad taught me how to teach a Windsor knot when I was 6 years old, man, and I was.
A
tying
Windsor
Windsor
knot's nice, but I usually don't tie one. I'll usually tie like a double overhand or whatever they're called. It's a more simpler one. Like you go over and under.
Windsor knots have gone out.
It might be a
fashion
half
anyway.
Windsor. It's a half Windsor. I believe it is. I believe it's called a half Windsor. A full Windsor's a little more complicated.
You need a lot of tie for a full Windsor. And I can't remember the story, but there's a story about the rabbit. That's what my dad had told me. A story about the rabbit. The rabbit
In the
goes
hole,
around the tree.
over the thing,
and
under
to
the thing,
round the,
over the yeah, fuck that shit.
You
Like
basically just tuck and fold it twice. It's like,
Yeah.
that's why a half Windsor makes much more sense.
Yeah. A half Windsor's easier, quicker, and because we have a lot of formal situations at the academy that I work at, and so like I'm oftentimes helping kids figure out their ties. Like seniors. In 2 weeks we have their coming of age ceremony where they all get to choose a girl and then walk out through the flower. Like we'll create a flower arch, and then there's like a ballroom dance. And so I get to teach them the basic waltz over the next couple of weeks. And then,
Some proper full-on indoctrination going on, man.
Absolutely.
They've
Hardcore.
got one of the best dance teachers to teach them, right? Frank Monday himself.
I am. Yeah. I'm the best at the school as far as white guys go. There's Chinese that are far superior to me. But for the foreign class, I'm the best there is.
It's funny. I when I was younger, I would never have imagined myself enjoying watching dance, like certain dances. There's like I love swing and the waltz and fucking
rock and roll.
the rumba. You know, you watch a couple good dancers giving it some. When it's good. It's like ballet, man. Fucking, I had no idea until I went with my girlfriend, a ballet dancer. We went to go and see Swan Lake, and the fucking awesome power behind the blokes have. Like, my mum wanted me to be a ballet dancer, and I was like, yeah, you can whistle. And then when I was with Rhea watching Swan Lake, I'm thinking, shit, man, I wish I'd
should have been
ballet
a ballet
dancing.
dancer.
I should have been a ballet dancer. Like, look at that. The guys have got fucking perfect male bodies. Like, they're just pure muscle. They're
ballet and
incredibly
cheerleading.
strong.
In America, the cheerleaders, the
You
male
get to throw
cheerleaders.
around women in the air, you know, and toss
Like,
rocks.
they're fucking made of
And
paper.
everybody applauds at you. Like, oh,
Like
fuck
that,
you, that was
they're
amazing.
made of paper, mate. But no, the girls as well. The strength, like the core strength that they have in their legs and their upper body. Their
it's fucking
ability
awesome.
to hold positions and stuff. When you think about it, if you try and do that, you try and put your leg up there, right, and hold it there, perfectly fucking still and straight, and like in the splits, and then just start
Twirl
to
around.
pirouette on your fucking tiptoes, on
But
just
honestly,
your left foot.
Richie,
you know?
you took a better path. As far as markability goes, music is far more important to any public venue than dancing. Nobody gives a fuck about the dancers. It's the music that motivates and touches people. And that's what they'll pay for. Like, you get a whole team of dancers, 10, 15 of them, and they're not going to make half of what the musicians make. That's just all there is to it.
That's true.
Because I've worked in the industry. I've done professional, like, pro swing dancing, and we did venues and shit, and the fucking band always made far more than us because they're more important. You know, you can't have dancers without a band, and nobody needs fucking dancers. They're there. 90% of them, they're just to listen to the music and close their eyes.
That
and
would be
relax,
quite
you
funny.
know?
Imagine that though. Imagine that you come into the auditorium and they start up the show, and then all these dancers just start dancing in perfectly choreographed, in perfect time, but there's no music.
No music. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't work. Doesn't work.
It'd be quite a
No,
thing to see.
that would work. That would
You could
It
do
would
it.
work,
You could do
man.
it.
That would be quite a thing to see. If you had them all wearing earphones, right? If you had them all wearing like with earbuds in, so they're all listening to the music, and then
if you have the
none of the
music, though,
audience see. They have the music. They'd have to have the music. There's no way they'd be able to choreograph it without at least a fucking click or something to hold the rhythm.
Yeah, like Stomp. Did you guys ever see the Broadway production Stomp? That was
No.
kind of a fun one. No, it's worthwhile.
Stomp,
You
yeah,
didn't-
yeah. That's Stomp was the one with all the dustbin lids and fucking
Yeah.
banging on
like
tubes
kind of
and
like
stuff.
the blue, is that
And
what the
yeah, it turned into the
Blue
Blue
Men-
Men.
Yeah,
the
okay,
Blue
yeah,
Men
yeah.
group. Yeah,
that was
that's what came out of Stomp, I think, in the end, or what survived Stomp.
I mean,
don't
look
know.
at my avatar. I know about the Blue Man.
Yeah, I was big into Broadway. I lived in Boston for a little over 2 years, and I got to go to New York quite a bit to see Broadway shows. But during college is when I had a mate. I lived with a guy. We shared an apartment, and he's the one that introduced me to musicals and Broadway performances. And I hated it, but every night when we'd go to sleep, like, he'd put on shows, and I could hear it throughout the entire apartment. And so, like, Andrew Lloyd Webber won my heart, and like all the different musicals, especially Jesus Christ Superstar.
The Phantom of the Opera.
The Phantom of the Opera is fucking. It's the epitome.
Phantom of the Opera is here.
That's one of the best ones ever made.
I live in America.
Absolutely.
I
Well,
want to be in America.
the most surprising thing about Phantom of the Opera and the big production that they did was it was the same, like the guy that was the Phantom of the Opera was also played an absolutely ridiculous character on TV.
It's all right. Yeah, Phantom's one of the best
his
shows
name-
ever
oh.
produced. Absolutely.
And I think his name was Frank.
Was it?
Yeah.
There's a lot of us out there.
Fucking hell.
A lot of Francois.
Oh, Betty. It was that guy that said, "Oh,
Francis.
Betty." Fuck. What was his name?
To the moon, Alice. I don't know.
That's the Mandela.
You've
effect.
lost me.
No,
No,
that's,
there's a lot of British
that's
type TV
aging.
that Americans don't know.
that's aging.
But I'm well versed in my Monty Python and Benny Hill. Benny Hill is a Brit as well, right?
I understood.
Yeah.
I've
Did you ever watch any Benny Hill?
No. Well, I think I might have watched it like when I was about 13 or 14, maybe 12 or 13.
Oh, some of the best comedy
And
ever created. He had a quarter he'd drop in a girl's bra, and it was frowning, Washington, and then when it came out the other side, it was smiling. Just such wonderful fucking slapstick-esque comedy.
I guess.
So funny.
I guess
I was
that
watching
kind
this
of
shit like
slapstick,
5 years old. 6 years old.
It never did it for me, dude. I've always thought
Ugh.
Benny Hill and it was Kenny Everett. Do you know
Okay.
Kenny Everett?
No.
So yeah,
Monty
Kenny
Python
Everett.
and Benny Hill are pretty much the only ones I knew.
Kenny Everett was like a different version of Benny. Was like a camp, gay,
Like Voy.
transvestite version of Benny Hill, right? My dude, I used to like Bottom with Rick Mail and Aid Edmondson, and I watch it now, and it's like, wow, I understand why my parents like just didn't get it. Why I thought it was so funny. My parents did not get it at all. Like it was absolutely fucking ridiculous. These two grown men playing these just ridiculous characters, disgusting characters. And it was, it's slapstick and sound effects and fucking, you know.
The funniest part would always be that they would just hit each other.
Yeah, there'd be the
Yeah,
different
it's
ways
more
that
like
Aid
the Three
Edmondson
Stooges. That's
would
slapstick, right? Charlie
smash him in
Chaplin.
smack him in the nuts with a fucking sledgehammer or something, or you know.
Oh God.
Like shove his head in the sandwich toaster and fucking fry his head in the
Just
sandwich
come out and say,
toaster.
"Why did you do that?" No,
Yeah.
I'm going to have to hit you.
chucking each other through windows and just ridiculous things, man. Absolutely ridiculous.
Early TV, I mean,
shit.
fuck, those are the first like movie cameras, right? I mean, what are you gonna do? You got to figure that shit out. You got to make something happen. It's all about the action. Then we realized it's more about the story. And once they figured out that you could program via the story, like what do you guys think about Artemis 2? Where are you at with Artemis 2, Richie?
Oh my god.
Don't even go there, man.
No, I want to.
It's a wonderful production.
Well, could have been so much better.
It is absolutely. I would lay my fucking life on it that it's not what they say it is.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that
doing
far.
what they say they're doing. That they have not gone around the back of the fucking moon and slingshotted off the gravity. Meh. No, none of that. Right? Maybe Artemis. No, I think the moon is a base somewhere. Right? I think when they talk about going to the moon, they are going to a place that they call the moon. And I think there's a place called Mars, and there's probably all the rest of it, but I don't think it's out there. I think
more of like a John Malkovich-esque, right, type of thing.
That
like
was
they're
kind of
behind the
all going on in
floodlights.
his head, wasn't it? Like they were fucking.
No, it was a
head.
production happening around him, like a Hollywood production. Everything was a Hollywood production. Everybody was extras.
Right.
No.
John Malkovich.
I mean, that's kind of a Truman Show thing, isn't it?
Oh, the Truman Show. That's right. You're right.
Yeah. being John Malkovich was inside the head of John Malkovich.
Yeah, you're right. I'm wrong. Sorry.
Yeah,
My pop culture is not that strong. Yeah.
yeah,
But-
that was one of the best movies ever made.
I think
Truman Show, you're right.
basically, look, it's all linked. The Epstein files and what's going on in Iran right now and Artemis 2 are all linked. Right? And it's all, most of it is distractions. Most of it's just to
absolutely.
keep us engaged.
Yeah, it's all
and
fucking
keep us
distraction,
arguing,
right?
keep us also speculating.
Yeah, and off in La La
They
Land,
want
wasting
as
our
many
energy.
they want as many theories as possible out there as to what's going on. They want everybody to put their 10 cents worth in.
Conflicting theories,
So
not
long
just
as they all
theories, but
conflict,
conflicting
right.
theories.
Because they're utilizing chaos magic right now to achieve what they're trying to achieve. I don't think that they can ever achieve what they're trying to achieve. I think it's
Well, they have it already, right? They set order against KO. So they have the order. They have all the money. They have all the fucking beautiful cars and women and people's daughters and children or whatever at their disposal, right? They've mastered it, obviously. They are the master magicians. They're the ones in control, setting the laws, setting the fucking benchmarks of the currency, setting the values, shadowing our channels, right? We got 0 viewers right now because we're talking truth. As soon as you start spitting truth, I got 0 on the number board.
People that are in control, and the thing is, they've lost their humanity and they know it, and they cannot.
Oh, I have too. They're sick. They're
so,
fucking demons, man.
So they, even
Lizards,
though
as David Icke would say, right?
well, yeah, kind of. I mean, and I think Richie's been there too.
No, not kind of. Absolutely, forked tongues, deceivers.
I mean, they like human beings, but they're also so disconnected from it.
The loosh.
They're
brains.
Basically, they're all
like
fucking.
Rich people are demons or lizards, but some have gone too far. Yeah,
They're all basically. They are what happens if you just sit around sniffing your own farts too long.
Yeah.
Loving the smell of your own farts.
Oh, I mean, nobody minds their own farts. Oh, this one's a bad one, but you won't walk away.
I think
when
the point
somebody else
is
makes the same smell, you would walk out of the room. Right?
I think the point is that really things don't actually have to be as bad as they seem to be, because if everybody was able to become aware of actually how things work, but without flipping out and freaking out about it, right? If they were able to actually handle the truth and change accordingly, change their own behavior and their own actions accordingly, then in an instant, all of these issues, like these people that we all think are really powerful and have so much money and everything, right? They're nothing. They're nothing without our perception of them.
Yeah.
The way that we perceive them.
They're
That's
just
what's
dudes.
creating what we're seeing.
They eat 3 meals a day. It doesn't matter if it's a lobster tail or a peanut butter sandwich.
I'm not sure that they do. I'm not sure they do eat 3 meals a day. I think some of them maybe don't even eat food. I think
they just drink the blood of the babies.
No, not necessarily. Like but
some of them do.
I don't like. I think it's a fact that we don't need to eat three meals a day. Basically,
No,
that
that's
is
true.
overeating.
Yeah.
That is to fatten us up and make us addicted to food.
Right. Yeah,
Which
I
is
agree with that.
that's gluttony.
Yeah, there were Native Americans that would eat 3 times every 2 weeks. When there was food, they ate. The rest of the time, they just fasted and fucking struggled. So yeah, we don't have to eat. You're right. We don't have to eat like they train us to eat. It deteriorates the body.
There were periods during the lockdowns when I ate once every 2 to 3 weeks
Yeah, if you're chilling, if you're not moving around a lot, you don't have to eat that much.
Oh no, I mean, look how much fucking weight I've lost. I'm still trying to gain back the weight that I lost, but that's just an aesthetic thing. I'm still me. I'm still alive. I'm still happy. I'm still fit and healthy. I can still walk 12 kilometers in fucking less than 2 hours.
Right.
So
Yeah, that's
I'm
survival.
all right,
That
right?
keeps you. That's
I'm
yeah,
not
that's better longevity.
Anyone can do that.
not everybody can do that. I'm not trying to
No,
say
I learned. I learned as a young kid. You probably did too. Like I ran away from home a few times. For like the first time, I ran away like 2-3 days, and then I started running away for like longer periods of time. And so as a teen, I learned to like survive and struggle and go days and days without food and not even fucking worry about it because I was more intent on my own idea than listening to what teachers or mom and dad had to say, you know? So just get out there and fucking do it, you know? Just be homeless.
I remember threatening to run away or wanting to run away and packing my
I
bags
did it all
and
the
doing all
fucking
that
time, man.
and not
I did it.
doing it. I remember the one time when I really
should
did run
have.
away.
should
I
have,
really
yeah.
did run away, right? And I go walking off, and I'm going to my nan's, right? I'm going to walk to my nan's.
Not
My
me,
nan-
man. I went in
My
the
nan lives
street.
my nan lives in a town like 2, 3, 4. I don't know, fucking. It's half an hour's drive away, right? So it's a good few
At least
miles,
10
man.
miles. It's at
Good
least
few
10
miles, and I'm like 12 years old or something. I'm fucking 11, 12 years old. And I'll go walking off down the road, and I think I know where I'm going. I think because I'm going by memory of all the times we've driven there in the car. So I'm walking the way the car drives, right? And my dad just ends up pulling up next to me, and he's just driving along slowly next to me, and says, "So where are you off to then?" I'm like, I'm going to Nan's. He's like, "Okay, you're gonna walk to Nan's, are you? All right, do you know how to get there?" I'm like, well.
Yeah,
I just got, and he was like, "Look, just get in the car.
Try to be your
Let's
friend.
go back." And
that's nice.
and I never actually ran away from home. Like
My pops did that a couple of times when I ditched school. He knew I was ditching school, and he dropped me off at school. Then he waited, and he waited for me to come out, and he just cruised by. He was. I remember it exactly. Same fucking thing. He was driving a Buick Centurion, and he rolled up, and he's like, "Hey kid, what are you doing?" And I looked over. I'm like, "Who the fuck is that?" And then I recognized that's my father. He's like, "Get in the car." He's like, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I just thought I'd take the day off." And he's like, "You've been taking every day off." And he's like, "No, you shouldn't do that."
That's the other crazy thing as well. I had 99.9% attendance at school. I got a fucking award.
I did until the 6th grade. The 6th grade, 7th grade, I fucking let go, man.
I didn't
I
do
was done
6th
at
grade.
that
I
point.
went to college, but in the 5th grade, that's when it was the last 2 weeks, man, before we were going to split up to go and do our exams. We didn't have to go to school anymore. Once our exams started, we could stay at home and study. And it was that like 2-week period. And I was a prefect and everything. I had a special tie. I had privileges, you know.
Nice, yeah.
You
I had
would-
bars.
You would
I-
a
I-
fucking
I-
prefect. You would
I
a
did-
prefect.
I was a prefect, yeah.
Fuck, dude.
But, right, I thought, no, fuck it. I'm gonna smoke outside in my school uniform. We'd learned that the deputy headmaster, we called her RoboCop. Right, she was down on the bridge waiting for anyone that was going down there to smoke, and I was just like, nah, man, they can't do anything. We're not in school now, and I've taken my tie
Shit,
off.
our
I've taken my
PE
tie off,
teacher
so
did
I'm
that.
like, so I just walked down fucking blatantly smoking. I said, "All right, miss." She was like, they took away my prefect badge. They took away my tie. I got demoted and shamed in front of the whole school. And but I still won the 99.9% attendance.
we had 2 different guys that would do that. We had the metals teacher, like metals and wood shop, and then the fucking PE teacher, and they would grab you and smack you one time. Like that was when they could still fucking hit kids. And like they'd take your cigarettes, And funny thing is, like the metal shop
Well,
teacher, he
Dude,
was
we're
a
the
big
same age.
cokehead.
Hang on,
He was,
we're the same
pretty
age.
close.
When
I'm
they
a little
could
older
still,
than you, yeah.
Oh yeah, no, you're in your 50s, aren't you?
54,
yeah. All right, yeah. No, you're 6 years older than me. No, that makes more sense.
I remember
that makes
finding this bag of boxing gloves, talking about PE teachers. And said, we were just in 3rd grade. And he said, well, that's actually only for 6th grade, for 18-year-olds. I said, come on, man, let's try it. And he said, well, okay, let's go. Well, only the boys, right? And so we had one boxing class. So he just showed us some moves and we just started boxing. Yeah.
No, yeah, they hung a wooden paddle in the class. It was hung by the door. And each classroom had a wooden paddle with holes drilled through it. And the principal had a big one. All the other teachers, theirs was very thin, but the principal had a big one. And none of my other teachers smacked me with them, just the principal. They'd always send you to the principal's office.
Dude, the physical
Dazed and
punishment.
confused.
I got acquainted with the physical punishment in South Africa, right? Me coming
We called
from,
it corporal punishment.
yeah.
Corporal punishment.
I mean, I come from a very liberal country, right? And to get suddenly, that was quite a culture shock for me, to come from this system into this. You have to wear a uniform, and you can get physical punishment. I was
Well,
like,
it was why I wanted to become a teacher. I thought I'd be able to beat
I was
the
like,
kids, get some revenge.
if you think you're gonna hit me, you better not hit me, And yeah, some
But then
teachers
they cut it off.
Some teachers challenged me, and I said, "Well, you better not."
Now they
do
don't let us hit them. Where's the fairness in that?
Revenge, dude, would have been more becoming a teacher and then going around and smacking the shit out of all the other teachers.
Yeah.
There you go.
That would have been
There you
revenge,
go.
right?
Yeah, you're right about that. Maybe that's what I should do.
Hey,
That's something I could probably get away
Listen to the
with.
rest of the story. Listen to the rest of my story of South Africa. So I get to go to high school, right? Because they were quite lenient in 1st grade school. How do you call that?
Primary school, elementary
Preschool.
Yeah, preschool, and then high school came, and we got to go through this. How do you call this?
Graduation?
No, not graduation. Where they flog you because you're for 2 weeks because
hazing.
Yeah, thank you. So we went through this hazing process, and I was like, "Fuck, dude! I've seen this in the movies. I didn't think it was a real thing."
Dazed and confused, man. It's the opening scenes, the Dazed and Confused.
And I was
going to paddle all the
I
freshmen.
mean, you know how much of a rebel I am. I'm just not gonna conform to these fucking stupid rules, even, right? I mean,
Some asshole hitting you
so,
for no
okay,
reason.
I was
Fuck all that.
apparently, I had a fucking earring, that had to go out, and I wore this armband that you couldn't take off, and they said it all had to go, and I think I took it off somehow or somewhere, but still some things were wrong, and I was such a rebel that I had to go to the principal's office, and he took out his drawers, like, with the whips inside. And he said, well, dude, it's your choice. Which whip do you want? I said, dude, before you're going to hit me, I think you better call my father, because if my father finds out that you hit me, well, yeah. And he said, oh, okay, what's your phone number? And he just picked up the phone and said, well, and he called up my father. He said, well, I have your son here in my office, and I'm about to hit his butt. And my father
I'm about to whip him.
Yeah, right? And my father yelled so hard through the telephone that he removed the telephone from his ear, right? And then he said, oh, okay, yes, sir, yes. No, yeah, yes. Oh, okay. Thank you, Mr. Wildenberg. Yeah, okay. And then he laid down the phone. He said, yeah, you can leave now. It was just to make.
The exact. Go ahead, yeah.
In the movie, right, when they do the movie about it, Voy, you've got the version of you just basically sit there and go, click, mic drop, just as you walk out,
My father did the exact opposite. He called my dad. He had him on the phone. I could hear him. and he said, "Hey, Mr. Mr.
The
von Montags, can I fucking? I'm gonna smack your son 10, 15 times in the ass with this
Do
power.
it
What
100.
do you think about that?" And he said, "Lay into him, hit him a little bit harder. Little motherfucker, don't listen."
I've got a. I've
Real
got
quick,
a-
007. What is your channel name? It's DOUBLE
Yeah.
OH,
I'll put a comment in your.
and then the number 7. Yeah, I'm about to make a little banner for it. And Voy, you
I'll
don't
put a
really.
comment and you can get a. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll grab it.
No, because my father was very adamant on that because he had been hit, and he had been abused as a child, and
So-
he stood
Okay.
up against that, and so
I had corporal punishment when I was in similar before primary school. And I was like 4 years old or something, 4 or 5 years old, and I'd gotten a tussle with this kid. This kid did something or said something, and I punched him in the face, made his nose bleed, and got sent to the principal's office, the headmaster's office, and he fucking took out a slipper. And I remember there was a line of teachers. There were like 3 teachers stood there watching. And he bent me over a stool, got a plimsoll, like a gym plimsoll, out of his not a slipper, a gym plimsoll, out of his drawer, and then fucking wailed on my ass. And I was so humiliated, scared, and it hurt so much I pissed myself.
Nice,
And,
nice.
And I was a mess. Obviously, I was bawling my eyes out.
And
So
if you think about it, go ahead. Yeah, sorry.
Well, I went running out to Dad had come to pick me up. I went running out in floods of tears, and my old man went in there and just went fucking ape shit. And I didn't go back to that school.
Nice.
I didn't go back to that school. So
Nice. And if you think about it from an adult perspective, have I got your channel name correct, Richie? Is that right?
if you put a
007-138.
it's 007-138.
but these
Okay,
people
imagine.
that are
But I was going to say, if you think about it from an adult perspective, like now that I'm actually a teacher, I would never hit any of these children. And if I did, the way they hit me, it seems a little bit fucking gay to me, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it is. The people that use that as a power tactic. Well, the thing that happened to me in South Africa too was the art teacher of all teachers. The art teacher, he asked me, "So you're from the Netherlands, huh? This deliberate. So you never got pak, right? That's how they call it. You hebt nooit pak gehad. Pak, you never got beaten. You never had pak." I said, "No, man." And he looked at the rest of the class and he said, "Well, everybody here had to, was beaten on their ass once. So if you want to be one of them, you better come in front of the class and I will hit you." I said, "Are you fucking crazy? I mean, are you crazy?" I looked at the guy like, "No, that's not going to happen, dude. You're going to have to pull me out of my chair before that happens." So,
Voice just like, what about you?
shit.
You ever had puck? Puck, whatever.
Fuck, yeah.
And you see, that's why
How
Boy
about-
has an
how
anal
about I'll puck
fixation.
you,
right?
mate?
He got slapped in the ass one too many times.
No, man. I mean,
Well,
but
that
that's just
doesn't
fucking
hurt so bad.
That
I'm fucking with
But
you.
that was just the primary school, right? They were not
Yeah.
even high school.
I'm
It was just
fucking
like,
with you.
"Oh, so you never you never got hit in the butt? Well, just come in front of class and I'll hit you a couple of times so you can be part of the pack." I was, "No, that's not gonna happen, dude. No."
Well, honestly, they're still doing that here in China until recently. Like there was corporal punishment, and I've seen teachers like physically disciplining kids, even as far as like middle school and high school in the halls and shit. And I'm like, yeah, that's not really cool. You can't really do that anymore. Haven't you caught up with the times? So it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. Still being like,
the only one that actually got to hit me, guys. I'm going down to memory lanes and I'm spilling the beans here. The only one that actually got to hit me was the female teacher, and she was very strict on how we shafted our books, right? Yeah, I mean, how do you cover your books? How do you call that in English?
Yeah, cover your books.
Cover your books.
Cover your books.
In the right way, with paper first and then plastic.
Right.
And she would
to preserve, to make sure you preserve the book.
Oh man, she would be very precise on that, and I followed the instructions, but I think I missed a millimeter on one point. She was very strict, and so she wanted to hit me, but she didn't give the corporal punishment. She only did it on the hands, right? And I heard from the guys and the girls, like, if they hit you on the hand, just flip your hand, instead of in your hand,
so
on your
palm,
hand, right?
Rather than knuckles, yeah.
No, or the other way.
No, you want it on your knuckles rather than your palm. It will hurt more on your palm.
Yeah. So I did that, and she got angry for me doing that. So
was she using a cane? Did she use a cane or a ruler?
A cane. Yeah. Was it? Yeah. And dude, it was such a situation. I was like, fuck, and it was, yeah. That happened to me too. So she hit me like 4 times, and then she gave up.
Yeah, I got punched in the face by a PE teacher one time because I called him a faggot. They made us wear these Dove shorts, which were like super short, silky, like almost speedo level running shorts.
Yeah, like the ones that Leroy wears
with big V's in the side, so you can see all of
absolutely.
Your thigh
on the thigh. Yeah. That's right, on the thigh, the big V on the thigh. Yeah. And I grew up being a surfer, so I was used to board shorts, which are like almost knee length, like knee and below.
Absolutely, at least knee length, man. Surfer.
Yeah,
shorts.
and I told him, I said, that's so gay. You look like a faggot. And bam, he punched me right in the fucking mouth.
Dude, you touched the nerve. You touched the nerve right there. Woo!
That was it. Yeah, I got punched in the mouth twice. Well, 3 times. Once for saying faggot, once for saying nigger, and once for saying fuck you to my dad. I told my dad fuck you one time, and he slapped me, bam, right in the mouth, full fucking rollback, full fucking force, right in the fucking face.
My old man only ever hit me in the face once, and
yeah, that's all. My dad only hit me once, never hit me again, and he apologized for it later. He said sorry.
My dad did. I didn't see my dad for 3 days afterwards because he couldn't face me because I had a fixed brace, top and bottom, and he punched me.
Busted your lip.
But I had to peel my lips off of the brace.
Nice. You deserved it. You did something wrong.
No, I'll tell you what I did, right? I fucked up. I didn't do... I gave him attitude when I was mowing the lawn, right? I gave him attitude. I gave him attitude, and he was going to hit me or something. Or he was going to I don't know what he was doing, but I ended up grabbing his arms, right? I grabbed his forearms, and it was the day that I think we both realized that I was bigger and stronger than him, right? I was only 14. Nice. I was 14, but I was 6'2", and he was 5'9", right? So in that moment, he fucking went, wah, and he snapped out of my grasp and just just punched me, jabbed straight in the fucking mouth. But it was like a reflex thing. Once you realised that he couldn't, that he was, he was being overpowered, he panicked for it and punched me in the face. Anyway, and also I think to save face for him as well. But he felt really bad afterwards. Like my mum, on the other hand.
Oh, my mom would lay into me
every single time she hit me. It was around the head, around the face, the head, the back of the head. Fucking.
My mom laid into me with a stick one time and beat the fuck out of me. Tried to beat the life out of me. She like pinned me in my bed sheets. She held me down and just fucking beat me and beat me and beat me. I stole her car, and yeah, I thought I was a big shot. I think I was like 15 at that point, and she fucking overpowered me. Little 4'11" woman, with a stick and a
pissed
will
off,
to
man.
do so.
You stole
Yeah,
that
that was
car?
Yeah, I stole her car. She just bought it too. She like it was the first car she'd ever bought in her whole life, and she was probably I don't know like close to 40 at the
Oh,
time.
so you really deserved that.
Yeah.
I took her car.
I never stole my mum's car, but I took it out. I took it out to drive. Whenever my mum and dad
Joyride.
went off,
Yeah, joyride.
I'd
That's
take
what I
mum's
did,
car
yeah.
out and fucking fly around the block a few times. And
That's
then
all I
park
did.
It, and
That's
try
all
and
I
park
did.
it up in exactly the same spot that it was in when
I
you know,
fucked up. Yeah.
mate, I was careful.
I left it.
I was always
I left
careful.
it parked unwell. Well, here's the thing. I didn't realize. The only way she realized that what I did, she fueled the car up the night before, and when she got it in the morning, it was literally on zero. I had been out the entire night driving, picking up buddies, going here and there, and I didn't even fucking think about it. It never crossed my mind. I drove out an entire tank of gas.
Wow. You've come a long way,
You-
Frank.
you-
You've
what-
come a
what-
long way.
It's a shame with hindsight, because what you could have said to her was, "Oh, Mum, it's a shame we haven't got any CCTV cameras. Somebody's siphoned that out of your tank. Somebody's
Well,
stolen
yeah, I
that
should
out of
have
your
known.
tank,
I
man."
should have. No, she wasn't having none of that. She knew what I was up to.
Yeah, she wasn't stupid.
She came in the room. She's like, time
It's
to get
like
up for
Ferris
school.
Bueller, isn't it?
Get
Ferris
different.
Bueller's Day
Yeah.
Off. When they take his
up
car
for
and
school,
they
get up
run
for
the
school.
miles up, so they're trying to get the miles off, and they put it in reverse to try and get the miles.
If I'd have
back.
been smarter, I'd have known. I could have done that, right? Oh, the fucked up. Fucked up big time.
Disconnected and use whatever.
She's probably listening to me right now, and she's probably apologizing for that. But yeah, no, that was a well-earned.
No, she's
fucking
probably sat
duty.
there and she's going, "Yep, no,
Should have hit him harder. Should have hit him
I'll
harder.
do it again."
She would, yeah, she would.
I don't
That was
think
a
there's anything
well-earned
wrong with
beating.
corporal punishment, right? I don't think there's anything wrong with corporal punishment. There's a time and a place, right? And you can be too heavy-handed, right? But there's nothing wrong with.
But at the same
a
time, you're right. You
certain
can be too
age.
lenient.
I think
You could be too
after a certain,
forgiving.
well, after a certain age, it has a different effect, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's
So there's like a key window.
I think once you reach like a certain age, certainly with boys, there's a better way to do it, right?
No.
Than to be violent, because that's all it is essentially, is violence. So there's a better way. There must be but fucking hell, they've never wanted to steer us in the right direction, man. That's why
I
I've
know
got
my
respect
mom-
for the Asian esoteric philosophies and shit, you know.
Yeah, to some extent, they have a pretty good model that they've lived by for a long time. They tried to break them of it too, though. And you know that it was like
I would go-
it was the American.
Corporal
Go ahead.
If your mom can hit you, then it's still feasible, and it's. I know my mom tried to hit me with a hockey stick, plastic hockey stick, and I was crying out so loud, and she cried for days, right? And
I
was
mean
like,
that's not a
was-
small thing. A hockey stick is quite a big thing to hit.
yeah,
you
but
with,
no,
right?
but dude, it was
It's
a
like
plastic.
a baseball bat.
It was a plastic.
A cricket pallet.
A
a
plastic
cricket.
stick. So.
Oh, well, a
Paddle.
toy one, like a toy one.
Yeah, but it would still hurt, but it's still plastic. It's not wood. Okay, so
Yeah,
And-
it was.
and I would cry out louder than it hurted, right? And then it hurted me, and she was traumatized by that, And I told her like decades later, like, Mom, I just cried out loud that that didn't hurt. She said she had been crying for weeks for hurting me,
You
right?
traumatized your mum, dude. You
Rather than I
traumatized
was,
your mum.
then she traumatized me. I was like,
Yeah, I did that. I blamed my mom for a few of the trauma she caused me, like in her elder years, like when quickly passing on. I told her, I said, there's certain things we need to fucking bury in the dirt. We got to bury the hatchet. And I said, here are some of the things that absolutely had negative impacts on me as a child. And in retrospect, like looking at it from a broader perspective, I think you were wrong. And I said, in and of myself, I think these are the things that I did wrong too. Maybe I wasn't the best son. I said, but there were certainly things that you did that were shortcomings. And I was kind of glad that I got that out, because like she ended up dying within the next year after that. And I felt a lot of resolve. Like we hugged and kissed a lot. And I told her, I love you, Mom, but I feel like you fucked me up in this way somehow, you know? And she's like, yeah. She's like, nobody gets trained on how to raise children.
Yeah.
You know, you just
really
fucking raise them.
No, but that's true.
I consider myself to be really lucky because me and my parents have buried the hatchet, right? And since
it's good if you could do that,
and
definitely.
We have buried the hatchet, and what I've realised, you know, in the last few years, really realised, fully appreciated, is that like my parents just did the best they could. They gave me every opportunity they could.
Yeah.
They did the best they could.
You never know how much they sacrifice until you know.
No,
Yeah.
and they they're doing the best they fucking
And
can,
just
man.
improvise, sacrifice.
And that's the best way, I think.
And
Go ahead,
all
Floyd.
the things like my life only went terribly wrong when I took control of it.
When you took control of the.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
It's as simple as that. It was my decisions that fucked my life up, not my parents. If I'd gone with my parents, I'd be sitting pretty now.
Yeah.
I'd be the sense. I'd have a fucking, you know,
You
I'd have
would-
it all
you
tied
have the
down
accident, you
in
would
the
have a
system.
family.
In the system, right? I don't think I was ever destined for that. I don't think I was ever destined to fit into the system. I'm an anomaly, as we all are. All of us errants. We're anomalies in this system.
Outliers. That's right. Outliers.
Right? And I mean, now you know about Jason, don't you? You watch Jason Bashir's
No.
Archaics?
Maybe Void does. No, I don't know.
Yeah,
Not
I
familiar at all.
don't watch him, but yeah.
Right, but you know of his theory, right?
Do tell. No, I don't. No, tell me.
No, Voy knows though. Voy knows his.
Who knows?
Yeah, it's the 138 in my 007, right? That is in reference to, directly in reference to his research.
Yeah, the reset.
And
Can you
it's,
familiarize me a little bit?
Yeah,
So-
so one of his theories is that there's resets happening, and his theory is that it happens once every 138 years.
No. Sort of. It's not that. It's that every time it does happen, it is divisible by 138. There are certain times when it has been where the 138. There's been changes that have taken place, but not necessarily a reset, right?
Yeah.
A reset is every 552, I think.
Yeah, so like the change from ether energy to non-ether energy, that might be like 138 years, right?
So his theory about the flood, the Great Flood, there's been more than one flood, but the Great Flood, the Great Deluge, his theory is that before the deluge, we had a vapor canopy. The conditions were completely different on Earth. Earth is a simulation, right? But the conditions of that simulation were different, and we had this vapor canopy. There was no direct sun. There was no direct sun. There was just a vapor
light.
But there were different. The pressures were different. The oxygen, the CO2, the nitrogen, and all the things that make
also
the air
explain
so
why all these people were dressed in full wool, right? And like very thick clothing when it was actually kind of sunny.
And they
not at all.
Everything grew much larger.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, sure.
Giants. That's when we had giants. That's when there were giant
Megafauna,
reptiles, megafauna. Right. Exactly. And that's what explains our dinosaurs thing. But it's a cycle, and his theory is that we're heading back into a vapor canopy. And the next
by the chemtrails, or
no, I don't know. it's going to be volcanic,
yeah,
isn't it? It's going to be
I
a
can see
volcanic.
that. Have you
Yeah, that
heard
makes
about some of like
No,
yeah?
I
There's
think
been
that-
some creatures emerging that have been devouring people, like bigger than wolves, like wolf type men and bear type men and shit, like
They're-
anomalous cryptids.
I think they
I don't know
know
if-
about this cycle and they're trying to get ahead of it. Right?
Okay.
To
Thus the alien
ensure
disclosure.
to ensure continuity of government, basically.
Yeah.
They want to ensure continuity of government. And I'm not talking about specific individual government, the government of this earth, of this simulation, this realm that we're in, whatever it is that's fucking governing at the moment, they want to ensure it. They want to ensure that they, after 2040 and 2046, that they'll still be able to maintain their grip on power and influence. And if they don't, that they will be able to regain it very quickly.
Yeah.
Because they'll know where everything's buried. They'll know where the technology is buried, right? So they'll be able to come out into this post-apocalyptic, Armageddon world where electricity and everything, we've gone back to the Stone Age, right? But they've got the technology all buried away, and they can come out looking like fucking gods again.
It sounds like the perfect scenario for a post-punk movie, dude.
Dude, we're living in a movie right now.
Yeah.
If you haven't worked
Absolutely.
out, like, it's my entire fucking life has just been just all these different movies going on. Like,
Yeah, no shit there. Gentlemen, if you want to hang around for just a second, I need to do a real quick channel update because we're at 3 hours, and then I'll pull you right back up. And then if that's okay with you guys, let me do this real quick. Sorry, apologize. I'll bring you guys right back up. We got 2 to 3 minute break real quick. I just want to do the updates, guys, for the channel here. Void there. Your Grand Wizard of the Esoteric Order of Dagon, Frank Monday, coming at you once again like Finnegan from the Central Kingdom of the Celestial Dragon, Twilight's own old Peking, far behind the bamboo firewall. Hey, appreciate you guys tuning in. I hope you're enjoying the show. This is another entry on the 100-day challenge, Pathways of Sorcery of the Ancients. Please, guys, hit the button for the YouTube algabots. Make them bark like Pavlov's dog. And if you would, check me out on buymeacoffee.com/Frank Monday. Put a little something in the tip jar. That always helps out. Keep the jelly in the donut, pep in my step, all that happy horse shit that makes YouTube's algabots bark like Pavlov's dogs. As always, hit the link, get a free tarot reading, guys. I appreciate all of you being here. And we'll bring the gentleman back up and we'll do just one bit of music for the people, if you will. My daughter just came home, so if you guys will let me step away for just a moment.
Amikata Yamamoto Hakashima.
Yeah, I'll be right back, and then we can all get some last words in if you guys don't mind. Give me about 5 to 10 seconds. Meanwhile,
how's your Japanese, Richie? How's your Chinese?
Arigato. Soimashita.
Sayonara. Samurai. Noodles.
Konnichiwa.
Oh.
And my Chinese, all I can remember is ni hao.
Yeah. Ni hao too, and I know fuyonai. Fuyonai, of course.
The invocation of Thoth.
Doesn't that guy remind you of H.P. Lovecraft?
Lasti on Peda.
It's a very H.P. Lovecraft pose.
I proclaim that I have banished the shells unto their
This is very
habitation.
loud.
The way of speaking it, that's very
I
innate.
invoke Tahuti, the Lord of wisdom and of utterance, the God that cometh forth from the veil. O thou majesty of the Godhead, wisdom-crowned Tahuti,
The tie,
Lord
the
of
tie,
the gates of the
tying of
universe,
the knot is so
thee,
important.
thee I invoke.
The tie
O
and the
thou
way that
of
he
the
stands.
ibis head, thee I invoke. Thou who wieldest the wand of double power, thee I invoke. Thou
Thou
who bearest
who
in thy
wieldest
left
the
hand
wand with both
the
hands.
rose and cross of light and life, thee I invoke. Thou whose head is as an emerald, and thy nemesis as the night sky blue, thee I invoke. Thou whose skin is of flaming orange as though it burned in a furnace, thee I invoke. Behold, I am yesterday, today, and the brother of tomorrow. I am born again and again. Mine is the unseen force whereof the gods are strong.
All right, gentlemen, I'm back. I
which is
apologize.
as life unto the
My daughter
dwellers in
just
the
came home,
watchtowers
so
of the universe.
I had to take a quick
I am the charioteer of
quick
the east,
retreat to deal
Lord
with
of
her.
the past and of the future. I see by mine own inward light, Lord of resurrection, who cometh forth from the
Yeah,
dust,
it's nice, right? Yeah,
and my birth is from the house of death.
my birth
O
is
ye
from the
two
house
divine
of
hawks
death.
upon your pinnacles, who keep watch over the universe.
Let's see, where is it? Here it is.
Ye
Okay.
who company the bier to the house of rest.
Okay, there it is. I got it.
My balls are larger than
My
melons.
balls are hairy, sweaty, and salty, right? Good man, I can appreciate it. Okay, thank you for that, gentlemen. So welcome back. Welcome back, Mr. Welcome back. What do you guys think of Cage? What's going on with Cage these days?
No, oh no.
I don't care.
Did I summon him? Speak of the devil and he doth appear.
But when you say, well, yeah, I think he actually he's successfully created an invocation with that. So now you come up and every time anybody says welcome back, it invokes Cage. I have no more.
I can
patience.
appreciate it. He's yeah, I don't either, but he's growing he's growing mystic medicine for the people, right? So that's a big deal. I mean, you have to appreciate the guy who's got the fucking slop mop and is cleaning up at the fucking jerk off zone.
He kind of knows what he's doing, and he's doing it well, but not perfect. I mean, he's not a weed wizard or anything. You know,
That's our perfection, though, boy. Our perfection is in our imperfection.
Can you say
he does
can
it
you
better
say
than
that
I?
his-
I mean, I'm not envious, but I couldn't do it.
Boy, listen to me one time. We're
inside of-
perfect in our imperfection. If you were perfect, you wouldn't work. It's only because you're flawed that you actually function in this realm. Because it's a flawed realm. That's always been my theory.
Well, it's part
If
of
you're
the
fucking
duality
perfect,
of things.
yeah,
dude.
nobody's gonna
It's
see you.
part of the
Nobody will
duality
fucking
of
see you.
things. Nothing.
That's right.
Nothing is
absolute.
Like, so I started saying earlier about there's a scene in Avatar: Last Airbender, right, where that is no longer in it. The scene is no longer in it, which is a Mandela effect. But anyway, the Aang goes and visits the blue dragon, and the blue dragon has imprisoned the red dragon, right? And is bound. The red dragon is bound to the earth, and it can't escape. But it was only after this epic battle, right? Now, this epic battle, the blue dragon subdues the red dragon and locks it away. And Aang says, "Why didn't you destroy it? You could have. You were way more powerful. You could have completely destroyed it. Why didn't you destroy it? Why have you locked it away?" And the blue dragon says, "Because Aang, the last time I did that, it grew inside me. Basically, a red dragon grew inside of the blue dragon, when the blue dragon completely destroyed the red dragon, it appeared inside the blue dragon and ended up there. It just ended up the same cycle, ended up happening again. You can't have one without the other. There is no yin without yang, right? That's the whole point of duality, and that's the only reason this realm exists.
Because we don't understand it, and we are here to
it's right. It's how everything's animated in this realm, right? How we live, and we're living, and we're animated, and we're doing things, right? We can only do that because of this positive, negative.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I don't
thing going on, like electrically within us. The whole the fact that we've got a left and a right and a fucking there's black and there's white, there's dark and light.
I think that's
positive and negative. That's how life is animated. I think
that's too simplified of a way to explain.
Yeah, Voy, what do you think about that? You have something to add? Bring it forward, Voy. Voy.
That's just I don't have something to add. It's just a critique. That it's not all black and white. It's not all yin and yang.
No, it's not. No, because consciousness
let
is
me
not
explain,
part of
Voy.
that.
Why?
It's only in this physical realm.
Why, Voy?
Right?
Why do you say that?
Consciousness is
or
not
two.
part of duality. That's the whole point.
Sure,
Yeah.
but Voy, why do you say that? Why do you postulate that counter? Juxtaposition.
It's never. You can go by a story.
Because I'll cut you, motherfucker. I'll cut you like a goddamn.
Oh, you cut me up with your nail.
You better speak up.
Because he's Mary. His name's Mary. He's Mary, quite contrary.
I'll cut you
Just
bad,
being
motherfucker.
contrary. He's got no argument to say why that would not be.
He might. Let's hear him out. Go ahead, Voy. I know English isn't your first language, and you're fucking hobbled by your goddamn
I'll tell you
South
what it is.
African uprising.
Voy doesn't like the fact that I might have worked out the secret to the universe, and he doesn't like it. And so he's not going to agree with it because that would mean that I'm right.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just joking.
I'm joking with you, dude.
Voy just wants to rain on your parade, no matter what you say. Right? Go ahead, Voy. The voice of dissent.
One thing. Let me just say.
Let's hear the opposition. Let's hear the haters.
One thing I've seen demonstrated is the moment you make out like you claim, if the moment we claim that we've worked anything out, then what will happen will be a test of that, right? What will happen afterwards will be a test. It's like the universe saying, all right, you think you've got it sorted out, dear? Here we go. And it chucks you a googly, right?
That's why we have knock on wood, right? As soon as you say the thing. A student did this just in class today. He said that he had never dropped his iPad, right? Because he didn't have a cover on it. I'm like, when you got a fucking $10,000 or 10,000 RMB or whatever, $1,000 device here, and you don't have a protection on it. And he's like, I've never dropped it. Wham! Fell right out of his fucking hand and hit the floor. It didn't break, luckily.
Right there, that's Murphy's law. Murphy was being really kind and said gave him a nudge, and I bet he thought after that he went out and got it protected after that, right?
Just like that.
Open mouth, insert foot.
That female comedian that said, "Oh yeah, I took 2 jabs, and I didn't get it." Oh man.
Sarah Silverstein? Who did that?
She actually had an embolism, like right there on the fucking stage.
Yeah, who was that?
Face planted.
Yeah, what was her name? Who was that gal?
I can't
remember.
She was somebody.
Nobody even remembers, right?
No,
we just remember the thing.
That's because she didn't become a Christian yet. She should have. That was.
She should have drank the blood and feasted on the flesh of Christ, and she
didn't. She die?
She did die. You're right.
She
died.
You're
right.
Right.
Yeah, she died.
So
on stage.
No, she didn't die.
No, she didn't die on stage. I don't think she died on stage. She died afterwards.
Rapidly thereafter, yeah.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
Yeah. Her faceplant was her end. She showed the world what was really going on.
I think they tried to.
That's why you got to knock on wood.
When she
knock on wood.
Jesus and Jesus.
I think they did an AI. I think it was one of the early AI things where they did an AI version of her or an AI photo of her saying that she was all right and that she was alive and well, but it was AI. And
was Will Smith slapping Chris Rock in the face? Was that AI too?
That couldn't have been more scripted.
It looked very scripted, right? That's kind of like the
100%.
president getting shot through the ear, right?
It's like absolutely anything that you see on the public stage, right? Anything that you see on the public stage, and particularly the only way we're seeing it is via the screen, right?
Not this.
Nothing.
Though. This isn't Brown's Boy production.
That's probably why we stick together, right? Because we know.
But everybody knows watching this, what they're watching here on this screen right now, is not necessarily a blueprint for life, and you might not necessarily want to come here.
And it's not going to reach anyone.
No, and so but also all it is 3 different perspectives, 3 different. We've got. I don't think that they're conflicting, but we don't. Voy, certainly, we don't feel the same way.
Well, Voy, he's the devil's advocate.
I'm just the protagonist contrary.
Contrary protagonist, yeah, a contragonist.
Yeah, he's acting like Queen Stepan.
No, a bit
doing the Queen Stephanie bit.
A bit more charming than Stephanie.
Absolutely. I mean, 1,000 times more charming.
He's a bit too one-dimensional. I mean, there's no depth to his madness.
The thing is, like, I don't think anyone can deny. We've already said, like, life is basically it's a fucking big old movie going on, right? And you do feel like the center of it when shit happens around you.
The Truman Show, right?
Right? We're all the protagonists. We're all the main protagonists in our own movies, in our own experience. And
that's the thing too, like taking the time to make the other person the protagonist. That's what this dialectic or dialogical that Martin Buber wrote. You guys know I like Booby's book. This is Booby right here. Martin Buber, I and Thou. He says as soon as you shift the center of Loki to the other person, it becomes more valuable. And it's the kind of the egocentric type thing of where if you keep it on yourself, you don't learn, right? It's when you shift that Loki to the other person that other person actually becomes God and comes to teach you something. It's a very interesting thing. I've been trying to learn it. I mean, fuck. I've what have I done? 100 and something pages.
It sounds in a way that's got similarities with like the fourth way of becoming the observer, right?
Right. The reflector.
Shifting your perception, like to a non basically a non-judgmental observer of your own self, of your own actions, watching yourself from a third-person point of view and reflecting on your own.
As the antagonist, I'm going to say you're wrong, Frank, and you're wrong too, Richie, because, the whole premise of seeing the other one as God is having expectations and expectation.
I'm not talking about anybody seeing anybody as God.
Oh,
I'm just
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about taking
that's what I said. And that's not what I meant. What I meant is when you shift the Loki, you could see the reflection of that thing in the mirror.
What
And
do you mean
one
by
thing
the
I've
Loki? Because Loki
like
obviously is the
the
Norse,
locust of
is the
attention.
Norse god, the adopted brother of Thor.
No, LOCI. LOCI.
Not LOKI. Okay.
Yeah. But so like the point of attention, the attention factor. So in the what I'm creating as a unique individual expression is what I call the Rastafarian conversation model. And so in any given group, like, and this is especially applicable to panel chats, that you have basically like a talking stick. And so you hold onto the talking stick for approximately 2 minutes and then you pass it to the next person who has the
we
energy.
gotta make this a thing again.
Let me finish. Let me land my motherfucking voice.
We gotta make this a thing again. Yeah, okay. Okay, pass
And
this.
then you hand it to the next person, and then they talk for 2 minutes, even if they don't want to, and then they hand it to the next person who reaches out for it. And so I've created this model on my own, based on Don Juan's teaching, and that's And let me go my full 2 minutes before you motherfucking cocksucking bastards try to
Don't let me
interrupt
wipe you away,
And
dude.
no, I'll land it. See, and not interrupting and showing respect and genuinely listening before you respond. And then if you have a genuine heartfelt response, you reach out and grab the stick. This is the 100-day challenge of Sorcery of the Ancients. And it's not my idea. It's brought forward by many ancient wise guys in the past, but specifically the teachings of Don Juan in Carlos Castaneda's books. Yeah, I see you got your talking stick. Go ahead. Voice ready. 2 minutes. On the floor, baby.
I thought this was your intro, but
no, I can't pontificate. I can't overstay my time. And you can't neglect your time. Whether you want to talk or not, you say your fucking piece.
And so you should pass the talking stick to me. That's why I took the stick.
Yeah. So you got to say your piece.
You've got 1 minute and 15 seconds.
No, yeah, not you, Richie.
I'm going to give my
go.
talking stick to Richie. Richie, take the talking stick. Here you go.
I don't have a stick.
No, you can't do that. You can't shirk your ressibility. You can't let go of it. You can't do that. That's a part of the Rastafarian model. It's puff, pass, motherfucker. Have you ever smoked a joint in a circle with guys in the head, fucking in the sweat tent? It's puff, pass. I take a couple puffs, I hold the joint, and then I pass it. No. I don't give a fuck how gay it sounds. I don't give a fuck how gay it sounds.
I don't give a fuck.
You tell us your idea. Do it now. You got another 2 minutes.
Richie got to talk.
Started yet? I don't give a fuck what. You don't pass the stick. You don't pass the motherfucking stick in my house till you said your piece.
Your stick looks like a toilet brush. It looks a bit like a toilet brush. I don't have a stick. I got later.
But sometimes you hold the stick too long, Richie. You have to admit. Sometimes I do too. Void doesn't ever though. Void's got a little few quips here, and it may be his language barrier. But I don't give a fuck about that. You gonna come here? You gonna stand up and talk, baby? Come over there and slap you in the mouth.
I
passed you the joint. You smoke it.
I do very little talking compared to what I used to. Yeah, I used to talk. I used to have a lot to say. A lot. And the last few months, I've got even less and less and less.
Not you. Sorry.
You know, I've got less and less to. Because I don't.
It's an attention economy. Yeah, we have to admit that, right?
All I'm doing, if I were to keep talking, all I'd be doing is repeating myself over and over and over and over and over again.
Well, but it's all
different
unique.
ways about different things.
It's a unique, individuated experience. It's something new here, something different, right?
I mean,
you have to admit that. You may be saying the same things, but the people here haven't heard it. And they haven't heard it on the Frank Monday channel. All right.
I'm really intrigued. I'm just really intrigued about current events at the moment, right? I think it's
I'm not. I don't give a fuck
intriguing.
about any of all that.
I
Ain't nothing
think it's
going
intriguing
on.
what's going
Nothing
on.
new under the sun. I think
this
current
one is
events. Current
hang
events for
on.
me is you and Voy. That's current events for me.
This one is new. This one is new, but only because
Okay, tell me.
the
Do tell.
awareness.
What is it?
Well, because the awareness of the collective, right? The hive mind collective NPC fucking brainwashed. We believe anything we see on the news. That has got smaller, and conscious awareness has got much greater now. So now it's impossible for them to play the game that they play in the way that they play it and it not be blatantly fucking obvious to everybody what's going on.
Yeah,
right?
not everybody though. 90%
not
are watching
everybody,
that. They're
no.
walking 30-second TikTok clips.
I think
I've been watching
right.
Society.
If you look
they
at the
don't give a
comment
fuck.
sections, you look at the comment sections of certain videos, dude. Even if there are bots, they are completely, totally drowned out by the somewhat aware.
That's a good thing,
people.
and you're right. I've noticed that the AI has backed off a lot. Like YouTube was inundated for about 3 months, and now like my YouTube feed, there's no AI, hardly any. There's some like CGI and like adjusted video type stuff, but my entire feed was taken over for about 3 to 6 months of nothing but 90% AI videos. Now it's all back to people. Like all kinds of people are showing up for me, and panels too.
Actually,
like new panels.
Well, one thing that I've noticed, AI.
You gotta go, Voy.
AI.
Voy, are you leaving? Don't. Wait a minute. Voy, are you leaving? Did you fucking dip out like that, you motherfucker? He always leaves without saying goodbye.
No. Listen, if Voy's gonna leave, you're not gonna know about it until he's gone.
I just leave.
He does a
Yeah,
Voy.
don't do that shit, man. I don't appreciate that. Say sayonara to me. The time has come for us to say sayonara. One second. But you'll be in my dreams forever. And I'll be raping you with a 6-inch black dildo, fucking Voy.
Oh, it's a clothes brush.
Play that
I
stick
see
with
now.
me.
It's not a toilet brush, it's a clothes brush.
Same
I apologise.
He wears
Only
his
Voy would have
toilet.
a fucking clothes brush, man, for his jacket and shit. Like, I bet he uses it. Do you use it as well? It's not a clothes brush, is it? It's a fucking dustbin brush thing. What is it? Hold it up, because it's got a nice wooden handle, so it does like dustbin brush. All right, it probably is just a dustpan. Dustpan.
That's the same thing as teacher used to beat him with.
Normally they're plastic. They're all plastic here. You don't get wooden ones here. They're all plastic.
You know me. I buy the.
But do you have a clothes brush?
No, I don't. No.
I used to. You know, like the sort of suede. It's got if you rub it one way, it's really smooth, but when you rub the other way, it's really rough, and you can get all the.
It's like a
fluff and shit
velveteen
off.
type thing.
Yeah, and then you just go and smooth it off to get. I used to have one of them.
I do have how do you call this? Pillator, like a shaving machine for your woolen sweaters.
Oh yeah. I forget what it's called.
Let's give a little shout out to Jeeps. We got the super chat, big $20 super chat coming in from Jeeps 311. What's up, Paco?
Jeeps.
Appreciate that. Thank you for that.
Jeeps is beautiful in so many ways. Wow.
Is that a he or she?
Jeeps. I think I'm getting a male.
He vibe.
Getting
male
a he
vibe.
vibe
Yeah,
from Jeeps.
Jeeps
Yeah,
is a
Jeeps.
beautiful woman, dude.
311.
Is it? Jeeps sent in the fucking $20
What is the
super chat on the
311?
coffee link. Appreciate that. I don't know.
Is
311
it 311 or 411?
or 311.
What's the
She,
4? If you
okay.
give me the 411.
Blessings.
Oh, it's a she.
Yeah, does Jeeps ever panel up? I know Jeeps from
I feel
chats with
like
Jack.
an idiot.
No, Jeeps never panels up.
I guess it was because of the Jeep part that I was thinking there was a bloke. And like in a cowboy hat and everything.
Yes, good magic. Thank you
Wrangler.
for that. Jeeps, did you have a question for the panel? Something you want to discuss this evening? We got
I'm
Voy
actually-
and Richie here, 007.
Richie 007's going to have to duck out, though. Basically, I need to go and start getting ready for work. And I need to find my phone.
Yeah, I appreciate you, gentlemen, man. It's a big deal. This is one of the bigger panels I've ever hosted. And a couple of illustrious gentlemen. This is Richie 007. If you guys don't know his channel name, let me pull it back up real quick. You got some final words for the people?
Big ups to Jeeves. Thanks for the 20. I mean, that's
appreciate that.
That's
a bottle of sake,
my
right,
advice.
That doesn't happen every day on your channel, Frank. Come on.
No.
My
once a
advice
year.
to people, right, to your viewers, my advice would be stay calm at all times, right? And don't be a see you next Tuesday. Just be nice, man. No, don't be nice. Nice is stupid. Be cool. Just be cool.
Yeah, that's good magic. That's good magic. I can appreciate it.
Be you. See, I told you. He just boom, and he's gone.
Yeah,
Nah.
he dipped out. He did that on
He
purpose.
does
Yeah,
the Kaiser Sose. It's the Kaiser Sose. All right, man.
That's a cock.
I'm sorry to.
That's a cockbag move in my opinion. Thank you for being here, Richie. I'm glad to see you.
Do it while I'm giving my words of wisdom as well. God, it's the ultimate fucking. I'm jesting. Right, I love you, man. Peace.
Yeah, and I'll be back on your show soon, man. Next time I
Cool.
see you up, I'll be
All right,
over
dude.
there. Good magic.
Probably tomorrow. I'll probably go live tomorrow. All right, man. Laters.
Alrighty, guys. What a kind of a big deal, right? We had a couple of illustrious gentlemen up here, and we had early in the show, Trek Steve from Chats with Jack was here. So to remind you and everyone who tuned in this evening, if you want to keep the show going, hit the link. If not, we're going to roll off into the abodes of the future, as it were, as we tend to do, right? That was YouTube 007, Richie. He's got a nice little channel over there. He does kind of like a daily show, I think. Almost like Chats with Jack at a different time, though, of course. So definitely check him out. Voy. He's always fucking kind of slithering around with his tail tucked between his legs and not giving me his channel name. So I've never created a banner for him. But yeah, if you were at the early part of the show, we started off talking about Chats with Jack, livewithoutfear.com, and Jack Talcott here on YouTube. We had the beloved gem of the Emerald Isle, Trexia herself, in the house. It's big magic, guys. And we'll do a quick shout out to TML just to fucking tie up the knot, right? To make sure we get everybody of worth mentioned. Here's the video. I'm not sure if it works or it plays the whole thing anymore. Like, the StreamYards has been fucking me over. But yeah, it's YouTube at the Machine Lies 9534. Here's the blurb. Oh, Frank Monday put this together. Get you that kung fu swang.
Basically, on the stream, The Machine Lies, we're taking a very critical look at technology. So the reason we're doing that is because we're looking at the medium that is used to communicate, right, and transmit information, right? We don't think that any form of mediation is neutral, right, but it's laden with values. And so I think that the well has been polluted by technology. So obviously we take a critical look at technology, right? We're looking at different concepts in relation to technology, right? In terms of philosophy, right? And in terms of religion. Now, that is one of the main purposes of the show, is that we really look at where technology and religion, science, and spirituality, where those things intersect, right? Because there's a crisis of the modern world in which there's a majority of the modern world is religious people. Their mindset is secular, and the means they employ are secular. We're living in a post-liberal, post-human, post-geological age, right? So we're talking about the death of liberalism, the rise of the world technological system. Now, we do think that, okay, there's a considerable level of, you know, externalization of the ego, okay, and mediation of ourselves through the means we employ. So obviously, you know, we shape tools, but the tools we use shape us, right? So that's one of the main things we're trying to get across on the show, is how technology changes human psychology. If you question the means you employ and what the objective factors of power are in our age, right, then that's the most important question you can ask, right? That's the most critical stance you could actually take, right? Like, most people don't question, you know, how or what means they use to question, to ask the question itself, right? So we're actually taking a critical look at technology, right, as a primary form of communication, as an objective factor of power in our age, right? And we think that basically we're assuming that a lot of the stuff that we see through this medium is totally made up, right, fabricated, and that is based on the fact that it is artifice. It's produced by a machine, right? So we talk about the lies of the machine on the machine that lies.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Yeah, over at TML, you guys definitely check him out. Check out Chats with Jack Talcott. If you have you heard of him, tell a friend. It's a really good show. A good low ground for people to meet up and commiserate. And there's forgiveness offered to all. And it's kind of one of the definitive love guru spots that you can go to enjoy a good vibe and jive with other people who are on a pathway of spiritual cultivation. I'm gonna offer up a little bit of music here for the people as we sign off for the evening. We're pushing a long show tonight, guys. A solid 4 hours, kind of a big deal.
Snow, grim, ghastly phantom, hunt and go. Ghostly galleons, the Flying Dutchman drift by. On emerald seas where the moonbeams lie, mist-hung shadows of masts and spars, fog derelicts under haunted stars, the creak of timbers and the flap of sail, ghoulish shapes from bow to aft of the rails. On a low black isle in the Louisiana swamp, strange things occur, 'tis said. Night by night the moon glows skull white on the shores of the vengeful dead. Voodoo drums and pirate songs in cypress dim, cutlasses ring at the shoreline's brim, boats list low in the swamp's edge, gleaming swords on a white shell ledge, rattle of bones and rasp of spade, ghost murmurs in the palmetto glade, phantom forms in the witch's hour convene, bounty treasure guarded eternally between. On a low black isle in the Louisiana swamp, strange things occur, 'tis said. Night by night the moon glows skull white on the shores of the vengeful dead. Undead commands and a rattle of skeletal feet, a clash of arms in the spectral retreat, murmured oaths and a bluster's roar, Salem's fire on the moonlit shore. Blood sands meet the full blood moon, a battalion of ghosts by the duckweed lagoon. Skeleton swings high and free from the rotted rope of a gnarled tree. On a low black island, the Louisiana swamp, strange things occur, 'tis said. Night by night, the moon glows skull white on the shores of the vengeful dead.
All right. That's going to be it for the evening, guys. I appreciate y'all stopping by. Keep doing good magic. Until next time, ad astra per asperum, straight to the stars, beloved. Not like Artemis, but just keep doing your thing. Shaking your love maker, getting busy. And I mean, fuck, what else you going to do, right? Just, you are the workshop of the divine origin. You are the beloved offspring of the cosmic endeavor. You're the one somehow, right? You're Neil. You're the new one. Whether it be you or the next generation, we're all here trying to get shit done together. So make sure you do the thing. I am your Grand Wizard of the Esoteric Order of Dagon. All hail the Mother Hydra. All hail the Father Dagon. Cthulhu is risen when the stars align, right? Join me on the 100-day challenge, Sorcery of the Ancients. Start boning up on your teachings of Don Juan, and like and subscribe. Do the thing. Put a little something in the tip jar, if you don't mind, if you're able. Right, support the show. Keep us motivated to give you more valuable content here on the Old Frank Monday channel. And until next time, once again, do good magic. I will see you in the abodes of the future. Carpe diem, beloved. Mother Hydra, all hail the Father Dagon. Cthulhu is risen.